Buffer's Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show!
Live from the Xfinity Den. Good morning. Good morning. This is the Anthony Gargano Show presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. A good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Football Friday to all across the Delaware Valley. All right. So here's what I'm hearing, and here's what I think how the game's going to play. All right, because we know that this game is of the utmost importance. A, you can't lose to Carson Wentz. B, you can't lose a third straight game with a team that is teetering. And C, you still got to deal with, all of a sudden you're back in the pack and you got to deal with, playoff stuff and everything like that. So this game is paramount, man. Paramount. Now, I know you're going to be able to, you should be able to beat the Giants the next day. But forgive me, my headphones died out on me. But look, this game, you got to win. So I'm hearing that Carter and Quinyon will play. Now, we'll see about Landon. I think there's a hope that Landon will play. But I know that Quinyon and Jalen Carter, barring a setback, should play on Sunday. Now, the way I looked at it, because I studied the Vikings last night, I had nothing else to do, but while I was watching the Joe Flacco I was all like in the Thursday Night Football, man. It was like guys my age playing quarterback. It was me and VG. It was like me and VG going at it. It was Flacco and Rodgers. Playing Rodgers would be VG. Playing Flacco would be me, probably.
Yeah, well, of course, you always win.
Right.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
No, just because Flacco
won.
No, it has to do with that.
Yeah, right.
It's more because he's got the O at the end of the name.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, sure. Right.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
And here's the bottom line. So I was like into the game last night. It was fun, and then after the game's over, I'm kind of jonesing. I'm like, all right, let me dive into some Vikings. And what's clear to me is that you can run on that defense. So we know that Jalen against a Flores defense is not optimum, throwing the ball a lot, right? Like, you don't want him throwing 35 times because he's going to mess with you. Like, he's going to change things up. He's going to show man zero, drop it out, drop in the coverage. He's going to zone blitz. He's going to do all kinds of things, funky things. For an offensive game, a team with an offense that's struggling in the pass game, it's not optimum, right? But what they are is a team that really can't stop the run. They're not good against the run. And they are vulnerable off the edges. So I'm begging KP that you got to lean into Barkley, right? Like, you got Saquon. This isn't 2023 where you got Miles Sanders. You got Saquon Barkley to bail you out. So I want to see you run the ball 30 times, all right? I'm going to count. I want 30 times. But I don't want misdirection up the middle, right, between the tackles. I don't want that, all right? I don't want a lot of delays and allow them to get penetration. I want to attack the edge. Toss crack, right? The outside zone. Let's go. Attack. Get those big boys. Get Lane out running. One thing he does well is he's an athlete. Get the athletes out on the edge. Mailata. Steen can get out on the edge. You got to get on the edge. Attack the edges with the run game, man. And then off of that, you got all kinds of things, funky things that you can do. Once you establish you're having success like that, then you could, just flip it, and then you could do misdirection off of that and all kinds of things. Then it'll help the pass game too. Even the RPO play action works, all right? But you got to establish the run, so I want a lot of Barkley on Sunday. You got to win this game. I think they can. and I think they will, follow the script. Because with Carter back and Quinion back, it should be good enough on defense, right? Like, having Quinion is paramount. Even if he's 90%, it's paramount against those receivers. So that's your recipe. We got to go in there, and it's got to be that stadium, man. It's the stadium where you won the Super Bowl. There's so many things that tie back between Wentz and Minnesota, right? The championship game against the Vikings, the Super Bowl that took place in frigid Minnesota in February of 2018. That's what has to happen. Good morning, VG.
Happy Friday, Football Friday.
Happy Friday, buddy.
Screw the Skull. Screw the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
This is it. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Same
Listen,
game plan they should have had against the Giants. Both teams have horrible rushing defense.
Yeah, and it started early. It worked.
And then what happened?
And
12 total carries.
Yeah. They got away from him,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. That can't happen.
And the runs weren't smart runs. The run plays weren't good. And, I know we called a lot of RPOs, and Jalen threw the ball out of the RPO.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a novel idea. Just call run play.
Hey, why not?
All right? Because if you call run play and attack the edges, that's the play you're going to run.
Yeah. It's not Michael Haddox back there. It's Saquon Barkley.
Well, again,
Come on.
It's again right. It's in 20. If I hear about 2023, I can't take it anymore. Right? If I hear about 2023, you had Miles Sanders.
Right.
Miles Sanders stinks.
He can't play. He can't play anywhere.
All right, he's not good.
No.
So you got to be able to run the ball with Barkley off the edges. You got all-world tackles.
Let's go. Simple.
Exactly.
It's fitting today with Ace Frehley at Kiss passing yesterday.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me, but Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. I mean, let's go, Petula.
Wow.
Just run the ball.
That's impressive that you were able to invoke Kiss with the Eagles, and it's Jermaine.
Just keep it simple, man. Like, what are we doing?
I like that. No, I do. I like it. And it has to be.
Yeah.
It
Listen
has to
to
be.
your players who are in public saying, run on the outside. Run on the outside.
You know what's amazing?
Like, are they saying it in a room and no one's hearing them and they got to go to the press and say this?
Dude, we saw it. We saw how, I watch this stuff. I see the tape. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Like,
be.
If you're a football fan, you geek out a little bit. You know what's up. You know what to do. Right? You may not know the verbiage,
Right.
and their play calls,
Right.
right? So you don't know what that is, but you know the general idea and concepts that can win against the Vikings defense.
Yeah, it's not hard to see like certain plays are working and certain plays are not. What are they looking at? I'm very confused, but this is a no-brainer here.
Yeah.
But this is the same.
Now, I think it's going to be a slog. I think it's going to be.
It shouldn't be.
Oh, no, no. If you think it's going to be a cigar piece, it's not.
This team's not a cigar piece yet. But they should win by a touchdown.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, they may, but I think it's more of a. I think it's a just slog piece, like 20-17.
All right.
Like something
24-17,
something like that. I don't think you're going to get a touchdown, but maybe. I mean, I don't think you're going to get a touchdown final score spread, but I do think you can win the game. I think you're going to win the game. You have to win this game. You can't let Wentz beat you. That'll send this town into a tizzy.
This will send the town into a tizzy, and it will send the national media. This morning, I woke up. I check in with Get Up.
So can you please? I'm so tired of the Eagles.
We have to be aware of what's going on in the world. We can't just stick our head in the sand.
Oh my God! The national
wake up
media
to headlines of what did I say? Fail Eagles fail. I think
fail Eagles fail.
Oh, fall
Eagles fall.
Fall Eagles fall. Yeah, here I got the graphic here. I'll show you.
Fall Eagles fall. That's not even clever. Fail Eagles fail is probably better than fall Eagles fall.
There it is, and of course I got Jalen.
Fall Eagles fall.
And then
And by the way, you're missing a comma.
Yeah, just Grammarly.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And then the next segment
You're
was,
supposed to be ESPN. You can't know where to use commas.
yeah, are the Eagles already done?
Oh, come on. I mean, stop. Like these stupid
30th in yards per game,
pundits.
29th in
Oh, the Eagles
Such
already
hot
done.
take garbage.
They're 4-2. Now, if you're 4-3, you lose the game, and you want to go with that. Are the Eagles done? All right. Well, I think that's fair. You lose 3 in a row, but not after losing 2 in a short week, and you're still 4-2. Come on, man. Enough with this nonsense.
Ridiculous.
They love poking us.
They
just
do.
love poking
us. You know
us.
why? Because they know that Eagle fans react to everything.
Yeah, we can't ignore it. We just can't.
So Eagle fans react. Philadelphia reacts. So it's for engagement.
Yeah.
Like it's complete clickbait.
Because we can't control ourselves. We're just too passionate and too in on this team. We're too emotional. We can't control ourselves.
Right.
Like I see that. I should just brush it off. I get angry. I'm like, I got to take a picture of this shirt.
I know. It drives me nuts too, dude. It drives me nuts. All right. Before we go further, we got a great show as always. Got a busy show for you. EJ's coming up 9:15, so we'll talk to EJ, and then we got Kevin coming up because Kevin couldn't do yesterday, so we got Kevin Negandhi coming up at 9:25. Michael G, NFL Network, will join us coming up at 10. We visit with our Rothman doctors. We'll talk about the Jalen Carter injury at 10:30. Baldy, 10:40. Danny D, TV Todd, all coming up. So busy couple hours to hang with. But we got to talk about what happened yesterday at Citizens Bank Park and the press conference to end the year. And look, I know Dave Dombrowski can't say, well, there's going to be massive changes, and you can't promise that kind of change when you're hamstrung. So a lot of the press conference was a lot of grandstanding. But here's the truth, and what the only thing that bothers me about him basically doubling down, tripling down on this team. And I'm fine with bringing back the coaching staff. I have no issue, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm fine. I do agree that you're not light years away from the Dodgers, right? Like that series could have went a different direction.
You see the way this current series is going. The Phillies they are a hair behind the Dodgers.
But what he said was, we're not going to have a $400 million payroll.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So the idea of Pete Alonso and a Schwarber is not happening, right? Like we thought it was blue snow, but now it's not going to happen.
I mean, it might get you to 340. It's not 400, but it gets you to 340.
He's not going there. They're not. He's not signing both those guys, right?
When you say he, we're saying Middleton.
Middleton /
Right.
Dombrowski. Mm-hmm. But here's the issue that I have is that it's not just this year. The lineup has failed in big spots for the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. That it's all well and good that you win 96 games, but the lineup as it's constructed has failed you in the playoffs. And that's why there needs to be dramatic change to the lineup. Now, I know you can't, there's certain things you can't do. You're not moving Harper. You're not moving Turner. You need to re-sign JT because you have no catcher because you traded Logan O'Hoppe for Brandon Marsh.
Yeah, he did come down to earth. I mean, he started off hot.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm not even going revisionist history or whatever. But my point is, you don't have any catching.
Yes.
That's close to the bigs. So you have to re-sign JT. So now you got 3 guys back, all right, that are going to be back.
Yeah.
Schwarber, I mean, you got to make a run at him because you can't let 56 home runs walk out the door.
Yeah, and you think, in reality, it'll probably give you 40 next year. I mean, to do 58 again is not going to happen. If he gives you 40, 42, that's a great year.
Whatever.
Yeah.
My point is you can't let all those home runs walk out the door.
Right, and I think he implied that they're not going to do that.
Right, so there you have a big core that's back. But now you got to change the other piece of it. Like he talked about the young players. Crawford having a role, right? He talked about that, and maybe other guys having a role.
I think you're going to get a whole new outfield next year.
Well,
Crawford included.
Yeah, I think Castellanos is gone, obviously. Marsh.
Yeah, a report came out after the conference that they're going to either release or trade Castellanos.
Yeah, well, we knew that.
Yeah.
But
So you're going to get 3 new bats.
But here's where it can't stop. It has to stop. It has to continue with third base and second, because look, Stott is one of these kids that he should be good. Like, we think he's better than he is. Like, we still have visions of really good at bats.
Do we? I think. Don't we all think he's a good glove and a 9-hole hitter?
I don't know. I think he gets. I think the Phillies overvalue him.
So let's get Bohm out of it. We stick with JT and Stott. If JT's your 8-hole hitter and Stott's your 9-hole hitter, I'm okay with that, as long as they upgrade the other positions.
Yeah, but Crawford is not. It's not like Crawford. Crawford's a 9-hole hitter. I mean, what do you expect from Crawford? He's not going to give you any power,
right?
So he's a bottom of the order hitter.
All right.
So Crawford and Stott are kind of redundant.
Yeah.
Unless you got real power at third and power in the outfield spots.
I think I'm hoping the outfield brings some power.
Like who's out there?
I don't know.
Unless you're going to go do something with, Bregman, who's, older. I don't know what you're going to be able to do, because the guys that you're looking at trading aren't going to bring back a lot. It's not like I'm going to trade Castellanos and then you're going to get another player. You're dumping Castellanos.
They're not trading him anywhere, because he's going to get released.
You're dumping Marsh.
Yes.
You're in effect going to dump Bohm. They tried to trade Bohm. You know what the market is.
Yeah. Well,
you got 3 guys that you have to replace that you're not going to get really much in return.
But I think throughout, they were at the trade deadline. They held on to most of their prospects at the trade deadline. So I think, I don't know, there could be stuff out. I saw a report about I don't even know who the catcher of the Padres is, or the Rockies, young guy.
Oh yeah, no,
and they're saying he could be someone on the Phillies' radar. So
why would the Rockies trade him?
I don't know. There was a whole article about the Rockies with their ownership and trading people.
Yeah, the kid. I
forget his name, but he hit like 32 home runs.
No, he's legit. He's a right-handed bat too.
And there's Ali Rushman's out there. He's going to be available. I mean, there's options.
He fell.
Yeah, for sure.
He fell big time.
Yeah,
he fell big time. Oh God, I can hear it. I can.
Sometimes those headphones go.
No, these headphones are the worst. I can't tell you. It's driving me nuts.
The Strom comments were interesting. I don't know if Strom comes back.
No, because they said he wasn't there for.
He complained there was no pitcher fielding practice.
Right.
And Dom was like, "Oh, we had it. He just wasn't involved." And he threw out a gauntlet to Bryce. I'm okay with that. Bryce is a good player. Is he elite? Will he be elite? I don't know. It's up to Bryce. I'm okay with it. I don't know how Bryce handles that, but.
Well, here's what I would say if I was Bryce. Hey, Dave, how about you give me some protection?
Yeah, protect me. Right.
How about you give me a real right-handed bat?
Right.
And not have a pencil bat third baseman.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you. And Dombrowski, he laid out the good things, but, he should have said, we screwed up with the roster. We carried too many pitchers. Like, give us some mistakes you made and some accountability for what happened here.
Somebody on Twitter, it was funny, had something, was hysterical. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, I just think at some point, yeah, everything he said was true, but you glazed over all the stuff that, you could have changed. Topper actually took accountability for some of his moves.
Now, it was funny. He said, which was, somebody said, if you look at Dave comes out in the press conference, he looks like he just got done playing 18.
Yes.
And you see Howie looks like he hasn't slept in 3 days. Right? Like, it's a great juxtaposition. Here's my issue again. My issue is not with the coaching staff. It's with the construction of the lineup. The lineup is not good enough.
Yes.
It's not balanced. We've been talking about balance for 2 freaking years.
Feels like 3 years with this outfield.
All right? Like, you got to get better. And that's on Dave.
100%.
That's all on Dave.
And
I don't want to hear
the 2 of them.
Well, whatever. But when you listen, you give me that kind of payroll, I don't need to be Mr. Cooperstown bound to figure out a roster for the 4th highest payroll in freaking baseball. So I put a lot on Dombrowski. He deserves a lot. He deserves more criticism than Topper does.
I agree with that. 100. No one was talking about Dombrowski as Executive of the Year. Topper was a candidate for Manager of the Year.
I mean, you look at, again, last 3 years, and here's my other issue, is that you think, all right, well, we're good pitching-wise, but we don't know what Wheeler's going to do, what's going to happen with Wheeler. That's a worry. Like, I don't know when he comes back, what he looks like. If he comes back, like, who knows what's going to happen?
I have a feeling they're going to go in on pitching. I feel like they're going to add pitching.
Well, but Wheeler is the big question mark.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you had Wheeler for most of the year, and that's one of the reasons why you won 96 games.
Listen, if Wheeler can't go, I mean, they're not going to win 96 games this year.
No.
Next year. Come on.
No. All right, we got to take care of some business. Then we get EJ up here, and then Kevin. Lots to do. Let's talk about Xfinity. See the football? All right, now we're entering a big football weekend, big sports viewing weekend, right? I don't know about you, but it's my happy place. Like, weekends are my happy place. When I'm not with the kids at the field, I'm home watching a game and watching multiple games on my Xfinity setup. It's ridiculous, right? It's the ultimate sports destination. I got all the games, I got all my teams, I got everything, and the way I watch is next level. All right, Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K makes you feel like you're at the stadium. Like, all these college venues, I feel like I'm there. Like, wow, this is great. I settle in, and then it's me and a little puppy, and my wife calls the puppy Bigglesworth. She goes, Mrs. Bigglesworth. She's like, you and that dog. And she sits there watching, she watches games.
The dog does?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Somehow, Massimo wanted, because Goots is really with Anthony.
Yeah.
Right? And so Massimo wanted his, dogs had their favorite person, right?
Yeah.
Right? And Goots' favorite person is Anthony, my aunt, right? And so Mas wanted his. And she loves Massimo. But, Mas is still a 12-year-old, right? So he wants to run around, do things.
Yeah.
So you have to watch her because you don't want her chewing on wires and everything else, right?
Yeah, it's like having a toddler.
Right. So she's always with me downstairs watching sports.
Nice. I like it.
And she's always there. She's like this big. She's got a little growth spurt. And she's always there. And she goes, my wife comes in, she's like, this dog's watching sports. I can see it. Like, that's your Bigglesworth.
Do you play ball? You got any skills going on catching the ball?
Yeah, I do all that stuff with her.
Nice.
Hey, she's a great dog. I do love her. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. You can learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply.
All right, Shady Rays. It's a bright sunny day. You got to have your sunglasses. You got to have your sunglasses every day. Protect your eyes from those ultraviolet rays. And sometimes you get nice sunglasses. You're afraid to take them out of the house because they're expensive and you don't want to lose them.
Hunter Goodman.
Yeah, that's him.
Hunter Goodman. Thank you, Coach Jim from the Warriors.
Yes.
Just hit me up because it was going to drive me nuts. I'm like, what the frick? I could see him. Hunter Goodman.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, Jimmy.
All right, so if you're like Hunter Goodman and me, you might have been a little afraid to bring your nice sunglasses out on the road with you because, maybe you leave them at the beach. Leave them on the roof of your car and drive away. Leave them at gas stations. Leave them in another state. Leave them in another country like I did in Toronto with my sunglasses. And then I was a little hesitant to bring my nice glasses out with me and do things with them. But Shady Rays changed my world. Once I found Shady Rays, these glasses, they're made for real life every day. They're seriously good looking. They're polarized, durable. They're not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now I wear my sunglasses everywhere without fear. Bring them to ball games. I go to some metal shows and mosh pits. I go on boats, have a cocktail. I bring them. They're with me wherever I go. Shady Rays, they're the eyewear that's got your back. So we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head over to ShadyRays.com. Use the code PHLY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Polarized sunglasses. And try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 satisfied people.
All right.
Captain Boat.
I might hit that Mashalu this weekend, depending on the weather.
The best is the VG on the boat coming out of his coffin.
Yeah. Imagine him on a boat.
No.
Ocean's like the waves are going
Right.
wild.
Like, see, in Italy, because
he's
it's
freaking
just,
out.
there's a lot of water, like, all over the, right? It's
Yeah.
And they all got the Italians, all got the boats. I mean, imagine all these boats, and then he's on the back of it like there's a coffin, and then he comes out of the coffin.
Yeah.
You know what I do when I come out of the coffin on a boat?
Coming over.
When I get out of the coffin on a boat, I'm over the side heaving. I get seasick like terrible.
Yeah, you're not a boatsman. You're a dungeon guy.
Yeah.
You're a good dungeon.
Okay. Yeah.
Crypt keeper.
You're a dweller. You're not a maritimer.
I'm a man of the shadows.
You are. You're a crypt keeper. The big deal, the Eagles and the Eagles offense. Joining us, who covers the Eagles for PHLY, and we love him. He does such a great job. Our man, E.J. Smith. All right, well, let's just go to EJ. We're good because we got to move. Busy day today. EJ!
What's going on, guys?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Oh, we're in the darkness.
Doing well.
See, I do love the shadows. I feel at home.
Ready to head over to Minnesota. You know, it's been an interesting week at the NovaCare complex, trying to take a temperature check of this team after an eventful couple of weeks.
Well, I think there's a lot of consternation down at NovaCare. I think that they're anxious to find out how this team is going to respond.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I was thinking before this, like, you know, I know he's going to ask me for a prediction, and it's really tough when, you know, like you're not looking at this game on paper, right? Like, and there is a lot to look at between the matchups and, you know, the coaching matchups and everything like that. But really, the question is, like, is this Eagles team going to snap out of this? You know, are they going to be able to handle the adversity that's in front of them, and are they going to be able to get themselves, you know, out of this rut? And that's a harder question to answer than, you know, can, you know, Jalen Hurts have an answer against the blitz? Can Kevin Patullo scheme up against sim pressures? You know, like and that is why this game is so hard to get a handle for, and it's an important one because I think, you know, this game is going to tell this team a lot about itself as well.
Yeah. So here's the deal. I was looking at some of the tape and listening to kind of what's going to happen. So real quick, I think Quinyon plays and Jalen Carter plays.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
So that's kind of where that is. Landon, I think they're hopeful. And that's kind of
he was full yesterday. So yeah.
Yeah, I still think he's banged up though.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you probably still you would have liked to see him get the rest, but it's one of those things where that guy's going to be on the field if he can be. And yeah, he was full on Thursday. So yeah, I get the same sense that you do. Yeah.
So EJ, you know what you got to do. Run. All right, the Vikings are vulnerable in the run game. They're vulnerable off the edges, right? Like we're talking about attacking the edges. You and I, we've been talking about for weeks now. You and I about going after the edges and not just those in between the tackle. Oh God, if I see one more of those runs, ugh. So you got to run it, and I think they're going to run it 30 times. Like I could see Saquon just getting a heavy dose.
Yeah, I think that there's a real chance for that, and I'll tell you why. Because it feels like all week, a lot of the players and some of the coaches have been trying to manifest this like inflection point. You know, the mini bye week gives them an opportunity to self-scout, reevaluate things, and we've seen the Eagles in years past to have those, you know, those chances to zoom out, take a step back, and evaluate the offense, and they have come out more run heavy. You know, obviously last year it's like historic at this point. You know, the shift to, you know, Lane Johnson saying like we've got effing Saquon Barkley here, you know, and like in 2021, like Nick giving over play calling to Shane Steichen and becoming a more run heavy team then as well. So there are examples of these breaks giving them a chance to do that. And I think this week, one of the senses you get is that there's this offensive meeting on Monday, and, you know, some of the guys downplay the significance, but others are saying like, yeah, you know, this is what we needed to kind of figure out what we are as an offense. And you're right, the Vikings, you know, you can run against them. You know, they are bottom third in the league in a lot of the advanced metrics in terms of rushing efficiency on defense. And the thing that I find interesting, you know, whenever I look at that, I always want to filter for like shotgun runs specifically because, you know, you want to see how they do against what the Eagles major in, and they struggle even more against shotgun runs. And, you know, some of that, like when you see like I watched the tape of the Falcons game, you see that like the Falcons, when they're in pistol, they're really creative out of pistol. They're unpredictable out of pistol. They've got pre-snap motion. You know, they've got.
Oh my God! Watching them the other night, like watching them go at it with who was it Monday night? They played. Who'd they play?
The Falcons. Who did they have?
They just play. It was a fun game too. It was a good team, Anyway.
Yeah, now I don't know why it's slipping my mind too here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Bills. Yeah, it was the Bills.
Buffalo, right? So watching them play Buffalo and watching their, like, you look at them, they do so many different things and where they line up, how they line up, what's their ghost movement. Like, there are all kinds of stuff. And then you watch the Eagles, you just go, what is this? It is so elementary.
Yeah, but this feels like the week where maybe, listen, we're going to have to believe it to see it. I mean, like some of the talk you hear from these guys, it's like, I've heard this the last couple of weeks, but this does seem like an opportunity to be more aggressive and creative in the run game, not be such an inside zone, just run it and, do whatever, just run it into, a million times in a row, just like start every drive with inside zone. It doesn't feel like that type of week, like the gap scheme runs, some of those runs that are, you're sort of hunting for the explosive, even if it comes at the expense of staying on schedule. The Eagles run game doesn't stay on schedule anyway. So, I think especially with how Flores likes to load up the line of scrimmage, like he likes to, be exotic in the looks that he presents, you have to be able to punish him for some of those. Those are aggressive looks. They're high risk, high reward. And the risk is you can break off explosives with Saquon Barkley if you block it up right and get Saquon one-on-one with the safety.
Yep. Saquon game, baby. Saquon game. And here's the bottom line. This team couldn't handle another loss. Another loss, especially to Wentz. It would send some shockwaves upstairs.
Yeah, and like the thing that's tricky is like getting Carter and Quinion back. Like that is huge on a lot of different levels. Quinion being able to follow Justin Jefferson, like that is a big factor in the secondary. And then if you look at this Vikings interior line, like. The edge group, like we can talk about them. We spent a lot of time talking about them this week, but you can get pressure up through the middle against this Vikings team. And I think that's where Carter coming back in is going to be big if he is able to go. So, it's like those are the ones. They're the guys that are the difference makers. And, I like the only time that we've seen Carson Wentz play the Eagles, the fact that the Eagles could pressure him really determined the game. I think that's really what you have to rely on, especially Adoree Jackson coming back into the lineup. Obviously, Jordan Addison's a good player that Adoree Jackson's going to have to account for. So, yeah, I mean, like hearing Fran talk about it yesterday, I don't feel great about it. Like there are some there's definitely some matchups.
No, I don't feel great about it either. I'm just trying. It's football Friday, so I'm trying to. I want to go into the weekend with optimism.
Yeah, there's a pathway for the Eagles to get out of this one. And if they take it, again, that's what's hard. That's what's hard to figure out, even after being around them this week. It's hard to know exactly what the psyche of this team is going into this Sunday.
All right. So anything else that we need to look at or be cognizant of?
Yeah, I mean, I still think this AJ Brown thing isn't going away. So, that's one that I definitely think is going to be important. Again, because the Vikings are so aggressive and how they call things, like you're not going to get a clear picture pre-snap a lot of the time, but you are going to get opportunities to rack off explosive plays, and that stuff's going to be important with AJ, because he talked about earlier this week, like not getting a lot of opportunities to get one-on-one, and when he does, even if it is against Isaiah Rodgers, somebody who we probably should also talk about here, I think that's a favorable matchup for AJ. When we saw Isaiah Rodgers last year, obviously he played a lot of really big snaps for the Eagles, but the one thing that I do remember him struggling with is like, at the catch point against bigger receivers. And AJ Brown is one of the best in the league at that. So I think that's an interesting one to watch. And then, obviously the cornerback situation on the other side with Adoree Jackson coming back into the lineup. I had a good conversation with him earlier this week.
Oh, yeah?
About, just like how he's handled the ups and the downs of the season. He talked about not wanting to ride the roller coaster. He's an interesting guy. Like, I know that it's probably not all that surprising to hear that, like, he's not, him and Keeley have gotten really close. Despite being in this competition with each other. So, I mean, listen, they haven't played well enough. There's no sugarcoating that, but it seems like those guys, at the very least, like they haven't lost like their confidence, even though this position battle is really dragged into the middle part of the season.
Yeah, well, they need Quinion to be healthy, though. Like, I know he's going to play, but like, how hammies are. So, there's always that chance you go out of the game for a spell. And, that means those two guys are going to have to step up, man. It's a big deal.
Yeah, especially they move Jefferson around. Like they don't make it easy on you. If you're gonna they will move him across the formation. If you're shadowing Jefferson, they'll take advantage of that. They put him in the slot. Obviously, that's not as much of a factor because you feel confident about Cooper against him there. But no, but
you're gonna move him up and down. Yeah, all over.
This offense is like the antithesis of the Eagles' offense.
KOC.
Yeah, when you watch Wentz, it's like they make it so it's such a quarterback friendly offense. They simplify things for the quarterback. That's not to say they don't ask certain things of their guys. Like they want their their footwork to be precise. They want them to be on time and have anticipation, which is something we talk a lot about with the Eagles passing game. But still, it really is. There's a lot of answers for those guys, and they really, Wentz features Jefferson in the way that you would want to see a quarterback like him really
like Flacco featured Chase last night 23 times. AJ Brown's going, you can't get me Joe Flacco here at 57 years old. He's going to throw the ball 23 freaking times.
I just saw this picture. Him on his 23rd target. There's no one within 10 yards.
It's unbelievable. EJ.
Just to show you, it doesn't have to be that hard.
No, that's not hard. EJ, drum roll. Prediction. Eagles, Vikings, our man, EJ Smith says.
I'm going to go Eagles 24, Vikings 17. I don't feel great about it. But listen, you told me it was Football Friday. Yeah, I think that the pathway is there.
You're like me. You and I are very similar because I this morning I'm like, they can win 20-17. And VG goes, can I get like 24-17, which you gave them? I'm like, no.
I think the defense will be fine in this game. I think that they'll be able to get after Wentz. If Quinyon is close to his normal self, he's not going to beat Jefferson on every play. Jefferson's going to get his, but I think they should be able to contain that offense. And then the Eagles' offense, I think the pathway's there for them if they can get the run game going. I mean, it's not something that I'm ready to put a stamp on here that the run game's going to get going. But if they can at least string together some drives, I think that they should be able to win this one and avoid. It would be the first 3-game losing streak since 2023. So if they don't come home with the win, it's going to be an interesting week to follow.
I'm with you. All right, EJ, you're the man. We love you, buddy. Safe trip to Minnesota.
Thanks for having me, guys.
See you, pal. I'm not a big fan of Minnesota.
You remember how last year we said there was like Belichick hanging over the stadium last year?
Yeah. The cloud.
Now it feels like it's just 2023.
Oh, it's in the clouds. I know.
Everyone keeps mentioning it.
I know. All right.
Scary.
Let's. I need to take the temperature with one of our hometown heroes, with one of our guys who lives it. Oh man, how's he feeling? Let's talk to our man from ESPN ABC, Kevin Negandhi. Hey, good morning, buddy.
How we doing, fellas?
What's up, Kev?
You look good, buddy.
I appreciate it. I'm
like
in Miami.
You're in Miami, huh?
Oh, I was looking.
What a big game tonight.
You were doing Sports Center on the field right before the game. Game's at 7 o'clock, Miami, Louisville. We're doing Sports Center live from there, 6 to 7 on the field. I right now think we're going to have Ray Lewis and Michael Irvin.
Oh, man. That'll be great.
At 40, so it'll be fun.
Can I tell you, I love Irvin. I love Michael Irvin.
He's the best.
He is. He's just freaking great, man.
By the way,
like there's no line in him. Like he's what he's like. He's honest to himself. He's a good and he's a great dude, man.
He's harmless.
You're right.
Harmless. He's the type of guy like, hey man, I want to hang out with that guy because he's a good person.
Yeah,
he does some stuff where you're like, oh, Mike, that's part of his personality, but he's harmless.
Yeah,
he's not like to be mean to you. And but my goodness, that guy wants to win. Holy cow!
Yeah, it's great stuff. Now, and listen, great games, great college weekend. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Dude. First, how worried are you about Sunday?
I'm really worried, especially, EJ said a lot of things that that have been playing in the back of my mind. But I will play this scenario out to you, okay? Like it just shows you how bad that Giants loss was, right? Because you now don't have a lot of room. But the NFL is Flacco, like you mentioned last night, like the NFL is absolutely bananas. Let's just take a look. Like 5-1 Colts, what? Like the Bucs are 5-1 with Baker Mayfield, and their only losses to the Eagles. Who knows what the Packers are? The Chiefs have been kind of figuring things out and waiting for guys to get back.
How about the Bills?
Things don't make sense, and I think that's kind of where the Eagles are. So we live in the bubble of feeling like things don't make sense in our world. They don't make sense anywhere.
No.
There's a lot of what is going on there. Look at the Patriots and stuff. But the one thing that is the definition that has been kind of consistent with all these storylines is coaching. Coaching has been the difference in every single team I brought up. And you can see Steichen be a complete difference maker now that he has a quarterback that's making good decisions, right? I think that more than anything else with this Eagles team, KOC, that is, Kevin O'Connell, he just makes sure that when you come to his program, he is going to put the quarterback in a great spot to make good decisions. And they make it easy. There's nothing easy about this team and this offense when you watch them. And all I want, and VG, all I want is two halves together, not a first half and then a second half next. I just want two halves together. Can they play 60 minutes of football? And then how would you view this team? Let's just play a scenario out here, and VG. How would you view this team if they were to play two full halves, right? First and second, and they were to lose 30-27, and it's because, something on the defense. I'm sure it's Adoree Jackson or Keely Ringo giving up the ball to Justin Jefferson, and they were to lose 30-27, but the offense showed you good signs. Or would you be okay if they were to win this game and it's just the ugliest thing that we've seen in those 4 games where they just give us 1.5 and then we don't see A.J. Brown on the offense and Devontae, and it's just ugly, and you want to just drive off a cliff?
Give me the W. I need the W.
W no matter what, no matter how ugly it is.
I think this city needs a W.
Well, here's why you want the W, right? Because, and listen, I get it, because you're thinking, well, a loss, the offense, I feel so much better about. But if you get to win, you're now stable. You're 5-2, right? You should beat the Giants. It should be get another win. And now you're 6-2 going into the break where you could fix it. Like, you could really look. And it may take until that bye for them to really fix this thing. Like, I don't see a 30-27 game Sunday. I think the Eagles are going to run the ball 30 times with Barkley. Like, they're going to go deep into the run. We know about Minnesota's run defense, right, Kev? So they're going to do that. And then Quinyon and Carter are playing. So I don't think Minnesota's going to go bananas either on offense.
I will bring up one other thing, though. Q being Q, we can figure that out. But the way KOC moves all guys.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. No, you're right.
7 and 8, right? And then I'll add one other thing.
You're
Jalen
right.
Carter, if he plays, great. But let's see Jalen Carter actually play Jalen Carter football. We haven't seen Jalen Carter play Jalen Carter football all season. And we just haven't.
Dude, you're so right. So is it. I'm chuckling because you and I always have the kind of share a brain thing. And I said that to somebody down there. I was like, dude, I'm glad he's playing, but my man needs to be Carter. Like, he hasn't been Carter all year. He hasn't been a dominant force at all. He's had a couple flashes. That's it.
And the way this team is structured and built, he has to be.
Yeah, you got no edge guys.
And there's a weakness on the ends.
Yeah.
He has to be dominant.
Yes.
I think it covers up a lot of the shortcomings that this defense has. And you know what it does a little bit too? It doesn't put Vic's defense on the back end in a bind because you have to constantly blitz. You have some pressure up the front, right? And we just haven't had any pressure.
No.
And then you have to get exotic. You got to all right, let's do this blitz. And then what you do, you expose Adoree Jackson, you expose Keely Ringo one-on-one, and the quarterback's like, all right, this is easy. This is easy.
And the other thing against this team, right? Because this team is nasty. You blitz them, and if you blitz your linebackers, they use the middle of the field. Like
Yes, they do.
you got your Hawkinsons, and you got guys that'll sit down and Naylor, and like they'll sit down in space, man.
This should be a game with Carter because their offensive line's banged up and they got a backup center.
Interior,
This should be a game where Carter feasts a little bit.
BG, I feel like every game should be one of those Carter feasting, and we haven't had it. I'm 100% with you. You brought up the idea of Saquon running 30 times. How about Jalen just doing an RPO? Like, come on. Like, how about Jalen doing an RPO? And that would be great if you could do a little RPO that we have not seen at all. And I think you talked about it with EJ, and I'm 100% with you. If I have to see back-to-back play calls or the traditional Kevin Patullo offense, hand the ball to Saquon between the guards, he gets 3 yards behind the line, and suddenly it's 2nd and 13. And then they decide, hey, we're not going to run anymore. If I have to see that over and over again. Yeah, you're right. Run the edges, man. Like
attack, toss, crack. Come on.
It would be amazing, too. It would be amazing to see a screen pass to our running back in open space.
Screen pass, swing pass.
What? What's a screen pass?
There's so many different wheels. I call for a wheel every week. I've gotten like one. Like, come on, man.
It's unbelievable how vanilla this offense is. It's unbelievable. And I listen, and listen, Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni, they're under the microscope here. So is the quarterback.
Jalen
Hurts hits Devontae Smith. It's game over. It changes the entire game against the Giants. It completely changes the whole vibe. It gives your defense some breathing room. It gives your offense some breathing room. Now they've got to respect it and be on the heels. You got to make some of these passes, Jalen, no matter what.
Oh, dude, and you got to be willing to play a part in the run game. You mentioned the RPOs. Yo, Mr. Q, you got to run the ball, dude. Like,
got to run the ball.
You ain't 40-time thrower, right? Like, you got to use your God's gifts. You can move, run.
And what was the theme, VG and Ann, last year? We would always say the theme's got to be Jalen's got to throw the ball between 21 to maybe 26 times.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Like, nothing more than that.
You know what drives me nuts, Kev? Because like there's this whole thing. Wow, you're gonna pigeonhole the kid, and you're telling him his messaging is that he's not good enough. Like, no, he just plays point guard. That's the type of quarterback he is. It's not a slight. We know how effective he can be. He can be very good. Just stay in your role. Like, you don't ask. Like, AI wasn't a 3-point shooter, right? Like, you weren't going to ask AI to go take 12 threes like Steph Curry. That wasn't his game. He was a scorer, right? Like, that's what it is. Every player has their gifts. Just lean into them.
I agree, man. Totally agree. That other conversation, you're pigeonholing the player, that's garbage.
It is.
I'm 100%.
It is. All right. Dombrowski spoke yesterday. And I don't know about you. I'm not over it, right? And here's my biggest beef. I don't know what dramatic changes they can make, but they have to change the lineup. Like, it all's not well. Like, oh, it's great. Look, the Dodgers beat us. So what? The Dodgers, we're as good as the Dodgers. We won 96 games. He said we won 96 games 30 freaking times yesterday. Like, dude, here's the problem. It's not just this year. The lineup failed you against Arizona. It failed you against the Mets. And it failed you again against the Dodgers. You didn't do a good enough job balancing the lineup. And you talked about Harper. How about you protect Harper with a right-handed power bat?
Yeah, hard to argue with that. I also think that I'm stunned. I'm stunned the coaching staff is all coming back. I will give Dombrowski some credit because I thought Bader, Duran, and go figure, Kepler were pretty good when we needed them late in the season. I'm going to say that. I also
can I interject one thing?
Yeah,
Kepler, well, it was fine, and I thought Thompson did a great job with him. That was a horrible signing when you needed a right-handed bat.
You're right. You're totally right.
And if they had Laureano, like I like Bader too, but if you had Laureano, who's a right-handed power bat, maybe that would help more.
And I will come back to this as well too. Like, listen, Bader plays a role in this postseason if he doesn't get hurt. But this doesn't come down to Bader. This doesn't come down to Kepler. This comes down to the stars not being stars when they have to be stars. And the thing that blew me away with Dombrowski was how Dombrowski called out Harper and said, he's good, but he left it open like, we need him to be elite. and it felt like the messaging was like, hey, the way this team is built, we got 6 more years with Harper. We need you to be here. I think we often forget that 2022 run. They were struggling, right? They got a gift from the Cardinals, and then guess who stepped up? The Stars. The Stars stepped up. And the one thing you brought up, they have not gotten over the 2023 Diamondback series because the Stars looked awful. The Mets series, they looked awful. The Dodgers series, they looked awful. And if they're not hitting, I mean, you got 8 years with Turner, 6 more years with Harper. And in the end, they've got to figure those two guys are just going to go down. And this is going to be an aging team like we saw where the Sixers were lost. It's going to be the same situation in 2011, 2012 with the Phillies. And it's going to be extended if they were to bring in Schwarber because Schwarber's not coming back, I think, unless it's at least 4 or 5 years. And he's going to be 38. Like, there's a lot of question marks. I'm with you. You got to find a right-handed bat. You got to find a right-handed bat a legit right-handed bat that's going to actually help Harper. And that's what you got to figure out.
Yeah, like that would be like if I'm Bryce, I'm going, yo, Dave, how about you give me more protection than Bohm? All right? Like, what do you want? What kind of pitches? You wonder why I look like I was on the side of a boat fishing like I was? Because I didn't get a fastball to hit, Dave. All right, Dave?
Wait. He got a couple fastballs.
They were like this. He had to go down and fish.
Oh, some of those fastballs against Shohei. Shohei was like, I'm just throwing you the heater at 100. What are you going to do?
Well,
right?
he got garbage to hit. I mean, I'm Team Bryce on this thing. I'm sorry. I'm Team Bryce.
I listen, I don't think this is a team anything. I just said that, hey, there were a couple of instances that he came up with runners on, and he's got to get the hit. And guess what? He got the hit in the Padres series, right? He got the hit early in that Houston series, right? He's just, if you're paying him and you're building a team around him, he's got to be a star. It's the same thing that we hold, I think, Joel Embiid accountable.
Yes.
He's got to be a star, right? No matter what, no matter the situation. You know?
Yes, I just think baseball's nuanced where, you know, there is, I'm a huge believer in lineup balance and all that stuff. But you're right. You're right. Hey, I know you're in limited time, but we got to talk about this.
Yep.
All right, because I've never seen anything like this in my life, and I'm dying to hear what you think about Penn State and Franklin. And what we saw, this was a team that was a national championship contender. Listen, I bought into it. I'm like, Haller, you got the bats back.
Yeah.
You know, you went – dude, they were 20-point favorites twice and lost outright. The only time in the history of football has that happened.
It's crazy. And I'll say this about the state of college football. You're seeing this at Florida State as well. You're seeing it, you know, and now Penn State's a little bit different just because many of these guys came back, right? But the minute you lose that game emotionally against Oregon and how it played out, I think for many of the kids that experienced what happened in the playoff and have heard the chatter previously, right? I think they just was like, we just roll the ball out, we'll be good to go against UCLA. And then after that, and you have Ohio State and Indiana the rest of the season, I think they had the same mentality against Northwestern. And just roll the ball out, look at their schedule. And that's on the coaching staff on preparation.
Totally.
So it's really tough. Like, I like James a lot, but I think when you look big picture at Penn State, great recruiter, just where's the development in some of these guys, right? When you get great players, where do they develop? Do they get better? They didn't have a lot of alpha guys on that team to say enough is enough. That plays a role here as well. The Penn State situation is this. A couple of years ago, it's always Ohio State and Michigan, and Penn State's in the top end of tier 2, flirting with tier 1, right? But in the last 3 years, Oregon jumps over Penn State. Then Indiana comes tier 4, jumps over them. And suddenly Penn State is not in the top 3. Suddenly Penn State's conversation is, we're like the 5th or 6th best team in the conference now. And that's why I think they made the decision where it's like, enough is enough. We have this window here because Indiana's not going anywhere, and Nike, Oregon money, and Dan Lanning, who I think is the best coach that has yet to win a championship, is sitting right there, and he's not leaving.
Right.
Like, I think that's how this plays out.
Right. And I think Adidas went, come on, man, let's go.
What's that?
I think Adidas went, let's go, man.
That's caused a lot, and there's a lot of pressure on Pat Kraft to get this right. I'm a friend of Pat Kraft's. I think Pat Kraft is one of those type of guys who will do the right thing.
He's the greatest. Pat is the greatest, right? So let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it because every Monday I do a podcast with the guy in Lincoln. And my boy
Pat, Matt, and Temple and all that stuff, and it would be a slam dunk home run, I think, for the fan base. There's a lot of outside noise that, hey, if you bring in Matt, he hasn't won the big game. I want to pause on one thing. Matt did something at Temple we've never seen before. Okay? Matt did something at Baylor we've never seen before.
After Art Briles and the sexual assault stuff that crippled the program, all those sanctions.
And then Nebraska, he's had to change everything. So when you bring up he has not won the big game, he also hasn't stayed there long enough to kind of reap the rewards of a 10-win team that he's built, because from Temple he went to Baylor, from Baylor he went to Carolina. If you give him long enough, I think a long enough window here, he's going to eventually beat a top 25 team. Like that whole thing about the numbers, it's skewed. Like
totally right. Totally agree.
The big game. But let's also keep in mind who he was playing with and where that team was when they played those big games.
You're so right. Like they don't understand the perspective of it all. Like what big games are you talking about? Nebraska is now a top 25 team. He turned them. They were not, like you said, they were dead, right?
Yes.
He went out and got a real quarterback, right?
A real quarterback.
A freshman, and he has nurtured the freshman. This is you see what Rayola's doing. Comes back from an interception, plays really well. The kid's on target. Now I do feel for him because, he's like, dude, I don't know, like you on one hand. It's his home, right? Like he lived there. He was a walk-on. He met his wife there, right? His dear friend is the AD. Like everything's there. And then I know he's torn because he loves Nebraska. He was revitalized in Lincoln. And there's a degree of loyalty there.
Totally agree. I completely agree. And when you and I can't speak for Matt, but we'll bring up I don't think Matt will ever leave Nebraska unless it was a job like this.
Right. Right.
Jobs come around, right? So I think Nebraska's fan base, I don't want to speak for them, but I think in the end you could understand it because they just did that with the previous guy, with Scott Frost.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Everybody gets upset. Everybody gets mad no matter what. And we'll see what happens, how this plays out. I think there's a ton of pressure on Pat to get this right. And I think if he were to go with Matt and Matt were to say yes, I think that would be the right decision for all parties. But if it were not to happen, then the pressure's on. And Penn State's a freaking phenomenal job, man.
If you get it right, man, you got it, man. You're right on.
Indiana's like, don't even think about our boy. They signed him to a nice extension yesterday.
He got banked. He got banked.
Everybody everybody's going to get paid because of this.
Yeah,
and we saw this a couple of years ago when the openings that were happening in Florida, potential conversation, openings happening at LSU.
Freaking Franklin, he's just a money trade, man. His own contract.
So it'll be interesting. Keep an eye on Florida. Keep an eye on Florida and that opening as well.
All right, real quick, because I know you got to go, but I got to ask you real quick because it's a great weekend. You got Ole Miss, Georgia in the afternoon, right? You got a triple header. It's unbelievable, man.
And LSU is the first time Vandy's ever been favored against a ranked team in the FBS.
That's crazy.
I think ever. That's just insane to think about. And an LSU team that we can't figure out that looks like the Eagles offense. And you're just trying to you're banging your head and you're like, God, this is so ugly.
And your defense is good.
Defense is really good. And they finally figured it out because they made changes with their coaching staff. Then the second game you mentioned, and then I think what is it? The third game is Bama, Tennessee.
Yes.
Right? So,
yes.
I think Ty Simpson's playing his best football. Here's another interesting conversation. And listen, I don't have inside stuff, but like, if things, I keep on hearing it. If things don't work out with what Penn State's trying to do, Kalen DeBoer's a name that would be really interesting in Happy Valley.
Wow. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good point.
They love him right now in Tuscaloosa with the black hoodie, but it could go sideways real quick.
Oh, my God. You're right on, man. Any who do you like this weekend? Anything strike you like of these big games?
Our Bulldogs roll.
I want to see Old Miss. Georgia's defense is not that good. They lost, not the Georgia defense that we're used to because they lost a couple guys in the transfer portal who are shining everywhere else, especially at Mizzou. Georgia's offense is really tough to watch. I'm kind of curious to see how Old Miss handles this situation. I do like Old Miss, even though they're, I think they're plus 7.5 in that game. I think Bama's really good. I think Bama will be fine. I kind of want to see how this LSU Vandy game plays because if it doesn't work out for Brian Kelly in a game like this,
I think they win. I think they have I think they play well. I think there's a disparity there too. I do.
I watched those games with Booger McFarland, and boy, they're joy.
Oh, I would have. That's awesome. I can just imagine. And then
you talk about a guy who's like this, man. He's tight. So yeah, it'll be a fun weekend.
It'll be great. And then the Godfather game. You know the Godfather game.
What's the Godfather game?
Notre Dame, USC.
Oh, USC. Godfather game in the background.
Right.
Yes,
Hyman Ruff is watching Notre Dame, USC. Do you like the football, Michael? Yes.
So here's the thing, and I got to wrap it up real quick here. I will say one thing about USC. They have balance on offense that we haven't seen under Lincoln Riley. They can run the football.
Yeah.
Quarterback's really good. Lemon, their wide receiver is fantastic. So Mayava, the quarterback's really good. They're averaging over 6 yards a carry. But I will also say that Notre Dame's defense has figured things out from where they were at the beginning of the season. And C.J. Carr is more comfortable because guess what? They're using the running game with Jeremiah Love and Darian Price. So I think that Notre Dame wins this game, and then Notre Dame continues to win out. And I'm curious also about a handful of other, storylines because I think each Notre Dame win makes like a team like Miami look even better. It makes Texas A&M look better. And this is another season, as I brought up to you guys in the beginning of this conversation with the NFL. This is one of those seasons where good luck trying to figure things out. Like, you can't figure it out. The assumptions we made in the beginning completely out the door about some of the quarterbacks and some of the teams, and I think that makes a crazy November and December. I think in both sports.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. We love you, brother. We'll be watching you tonight. All right.
Appreciate it, fellas. Be good.
Thanks, buddy. There he is, the great Kevin Negandhi, doing Sports Center from the Miami Louisville game tonight, 6:00, and all day tomorrow on ABC. Coming up for the NFL Network, Mikey G. Well, I know he hears things. I'm curious to see what Michael has heard. Michael, do you watch the football? Well,
Yeah, you sound so creepy.
that's what he did.
It's like, I feel like I'm the size of the lambs with you talking like that.
You like that? I like the baseball too. Ever since Arnold Rothstein fixed the 1919 World Series. Let's take care of some business. Let's talk about Parks Casino, the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Where are we at there, buddy? Birds, where do we stand? It was once 2.5.
It was 3 at one point.
Yeah, and then it went down to 2.5.
Last night was 2.5.
Yeah.
His corner.
We're back at 2.
Down to 2.
Oh, it's dropping.
It's just it's just an elevator. If it was our building, an elevator wouldn't work. It's down to 2. Ay, ay, ay. All right. All the stuff we talked about with Kevin, all the college football, all your NFL action, you can play. What's the total?
43.5.
I like the under. And do me a favor, go into the props.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're out yet. Give me rushing attempts for Saquon Barkley.
They don't have it yet because I was going to do rushing attempts for Jalen. I was curious to see what that would be.
Okay.
But no, they don't have it.
Okay, they don't have it. It's not out yet. All right, I do like under. I like Barkley's or yardage. I like a lot. I think Saquon has a game.
He's got to.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hockey's back. A lot of fun. Last night, Fly Guys ran into a buzzsaw with those with Peg.
Mishkov got on the board.
Yeah, that was good. That was good to see at the end on the power play. But Winnipeg's nasty.
Yeah.
Ersan in net last night.
Yeah. I have seen enough of him.
We got I mean, come on, Winnipeg's ridiculous. We got basketball starting next week. Clap your hands. There's always another way to win on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app, baby. That's right. Make your downtime fun time. Play blackjack, craps, roulette, plus bet all the sports like playoff baseball that starts today. Play hundreds of hot online slots like Huff and Even More Puff. You did a Huff More Puff?
I've played Huff and More Puff.
Cash Eruption?
Yeah, I love Cash Eruption.
Divine Fortunes?
Sure.
Here you go. Join me and VG on the Bet Parks app right now. New users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back. If you're down the first 24 hours, betparks.com has all the details. All right? Always another way to win. Got to be 21. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's talk about TrueMark. If your home needs a little TLC or you're dreaming of that next big vacation, maybe even to see one of our Philly teams play away, well, listen up. TrueMark Financial's HELOC Select just got even better. Rates just dropped, making it more affordable to put your home's equity to work. Need a new kitchen, some big repairs, maybe knock out some debt? With HELOC Select, you can access your cash at once, all at once, or just when you need it. Total flexibility, just like a good game plan. Make it happen today. Visit one of TrueMark's 24 branches or head to TrueMark.com/PHLY to get in the game today. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender, and MLS 404938. TrueMark.com/PHLY.
Oh, there we go. By the way, a buddy of mine sent this to me. Saquon's rushing attempt 17.5. His total is 73.5. I would go over on both.
They both better be over.
Yeah, I go over on both.
If they're both not over, they lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, now let's do it, baby. Let's go to our man from the NFL Network, Mikey G, looking sharp. Where you at, brother?
We are in my new office. We're back in the office in Hoboken here. So we got some work to do. We just threw up we're gonna have some artwork behind there. We're gonna rearrange some stuff. I don't have everything here to the directors, when we were putting it together, were like, can we add some color here? I was like, listen, dude, I used everything I possibly have. And I'm just get me on the air. Cause I was doing everything at the Giants. And I'm like, as bad as this looks behind me, if you think because it's like brown on brown, they want some color in there. It's way better than that TV screen that I had at the Giants for 4 months while we were doing some renovations. So
I like it,
baby.
It looks good. I like it.
A strong hat too,
yeah.
Mike. I like the Vice hat.
Just got the Vice hat. Just came in. Vice Squad. There it is, right there. I love Vice. Vice is a great brand. They got good balls and good apparel. Love it.
Yeah, they do. I'm with you.
Not paid to say it either.
Yeah.
Not yet.
All right, buddy. Let's dive into it.
Yeah.
What are you hearing about what's going on in South Philadelphia?
A little tight, right?
Tight.
Everybody talking like this a little bit. And not in a good way. That's not a little macho manny. You wish it was macho manny.
Right.
It's more clenching. Everybody needed to get away this past weekend. Like it was like coaches, players, like everybody just reset. And they did. I mean, you know how it is with the mini buy, and the coaches put in their work, and the personnel. I'm fascinated to see what Howie's going to do over the next couple of weeks, because it's not like one fix. I mean,
no.
I could see them adding edge. I could see them
Corner
adding in the secondary. I could see them adding on the offensive line. Like, there's a lot that needs to. You don't want to go into the trading deadline with a shopping list, right? That's not how you want to handle this. Although I think a few teams are in that boat too. I've heard some teams that during negotiations have been talking about everything. It's like you start the conversation on defensive backs, next thing you know, you're talking about running backs. So I think a lot of teams are sort of in the same markets, I guess you could say. But I'm fascinated to see, because he's going to do something. Something has to be done. There's no way he's sitting on his hands for this entire trade deadline. But outside of personnel, and there are personnel things, and we'll get into them. It's personnel and it's personality right now. And I think they need to work on the personality more than anything. I don't think Nick's a big Saturday night speech guest kind of guy. This feels like the week to do that. You know, bring somebody in, and not, you know, like you know, they bring in Ric Flair to talk to the team or something like that. This feels like the week to kind of do that right now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And look, I mean, I think certain guys are going to have to kind of really, you know, kind of rise to what you can be. And like the quarterback needs to accept roles, needs to kind of be a big part of this thing, right? Like he's got to play better, but he's got to get back to what he does well, right? And that is play point guard. And it means being part of the run game. Like you got to want to do that. You got to be a part of it. Go back to being what you are.
Yeah. And call it too. I mean, I would call it too, and make teams defend both the quarterback and the running back on the keeper, on the option. I mean, who's keeping the football? Slow them down as much as possible in that regard. I know. Look, I mean, this is when we get into like the predictability thing, which sort of drives me nuts, because they were. We talked about this on the Insiders the other night. I said they were predictable last year, but they were dominating. Mekhi Becton was moving people. Their offensive line was moving people. They're not doing that now. And Jordan Mailata is struggling, you know? And I mean, Lane Johnson's been Lane Johnson. Like that.
No, he's
but when
great.
When he leaves the game, then
right.
It's like that's your only solid, and he's gone. And they're banged up, and it's like even the guys that are healthy are not healthy. And it's just been like, you can't do that anymore. Now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, well, maybe you got to find a way to be exotic. Well, that's not the time to do it. That's not the way to do it. And so like you almost keep it that way, because that helps your quarterback run things. And that's the way that you've done it. And now if you're not playing with 2nd and 4 and you're behind the sticks, you can call predictable all you want. The whole operation is struggling at that point. That's why I get a little nuts about that, because it's just too simple to just go, oh, they're predictable. No, well, it's one of a list of 5 things off the top of my head.
And your point is dead right, because look, they've always been predictable. Like that's what they do. That's who they are. Yeah. With Jalen at quarterback, there's certain things he likes and certain things he doesn't like. He doesn't like to be under center. Like that's a big piece of, you know, when you're watching, now I would like to see more. Like you watch Atlanta. In fact, we were just talking about it, EJ and I. Like you watch Atlanta the other night, running out of shotgun. They show you different looks. Like you watch different depth where Bijan is, ghost movement. Like they do different things.
Yeah, you could potentially add a little bit of that, but you're not going to change your offense midstream at this point. I mean,
correct.
It sort of is what it is.
Yeah.
Once you get into the season, I mean, this is off season drilling it. May, June, July, August training camp. You're not going to do that now, especially because you're limited in the number of padded practices that you can have during the season. So,
right.
I would say there's two conversations to be had here. There's short-term conversations and there's long-term conversations. And the long-term conversations might reveal some hard truths about what you want to be, who you want to be, who you want to be around. And this could potentially, no matter which way it goes, be a bloody offseason for the Eagles. But we're not there yet. And we're going to have that conversation in a couple of months. And I'm not giving up on the season. I'm just telling you.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
And I can't like
as you verbalize it, I shudder though. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Yes.
The average fan, and listen, Howie did a great job a couple of years ago with a rebuild. And I remember having this conversation with people down there and them saying, you can't rebuild in this town. You have to maintain that level of being a competitive team while you're retooling. And he did a great job of that because they were competitive while they were retooling. The only other team that did that really well recently, the Seattle Seahawks did that really well. And they've remained competitive.
Yeah.
This was a couple of years ago, not just within the last 2. This was like
New England did it like around Brady. They did it.
Yeah, but that was always like, yeah. I mean, they were always reinventing themselves. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying in terms of like, wow, we've got some. Because I mean,
no, changing quarterbacks. Kelsey, like you're right. Quarterbacks, centers, like big pieces, they've changed.
Yeah, and Kelsey retires, and Fletcher Cox retires, and who else was gone in recent years? Brandon Graham, obviously, but that was the more recent one. Who am I missing? There's another big retirement.
For now.
Yeah. Well, what are we hearing there? Drop some news on that one.
Wow.
Thankfully, I asked about this ahead of time because I would have been freaking out this morning. I said yesterday I was in studio for Good Morning Football, and he's our Friday guy. And I said to Kyle Brandt, I go, is BG in tomorrow? And he goes, yeah. And then I hear in my ear the producer's like, no, he's out tomorrow. He's got something to do up in Michigan or whatever.
Yeah, he's going to Michigan.
And so this morning, if I had flipped it on this morning and saw that he wasn't there, I would have gone into full blown, like, where is he? Is he in the building? Is he signed? But thankfully I knew ahead of time that he wasn't going to be there. So, be interesting to see him pop back in. And, we talked about him last year. Be the closer. Doesn't matter. Be the closer for the season.
Yes.
Be the closer for games.
Yes.
Just show up for half of the back end of the fourth quarter in the same way that Jason Kelsey says he would come back if he only had to run the tush push.
Right.
Brandon Graham should come back if you only have to rush the passer in the back half of the fourth quarter. How about that?
I mean, listen. There's one thing. If they did make an overture, they could use him in the room because he's just that kind of guy. He's a winner, and he's just that kind of guy.
He still has a locker there, right?
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he does. He works out there every day. He works out there.
Which is, I guess, sort of weird, but also like not a bad guy to have in there right now.
You brought up the potential for blood.
Yeah.
Where's AJ at? Where is AJ? Like you always hear, AJ's going to want to trade. AJ's going to want out. What do you hear on that realm?
The way it is right now, all I'll say is the way it is right now. And I was in that locker room post game the other night.
Yeah.
Like this can't continue to exist this way. Like it just can't. And I'm actually glad and relieved that it's all out in the open right now. Because in previous years, it's been like,
you had to whisper around it.
Yeah, but also like, oh, you guys are making too much of this.
I know.
You can't even try to go that route. Everybody knows that this ain't right now.
Right.
It can get right again. Winning cures everything. Offenses in rhythm cure everything. Scoring points, and I know he's not a big stats guy. I really believe he's not a big stats guy. I take that for what he says. But like the offense being successful and looking what it's supposed to look like, and that feeling of like, hey, I helped lead us to the promised land. That's a big thing for him. So. You can get back there, but it's got to happen, and it's got to happen soon. Because if you said, if the season stops today, here's who makes the playoffs. If the season stopped today, and the Eagles had to go, here's our number one receiver and quarterback and the way they're relating to each other, harsh truths and blood and everything I'm talking about, that would absolutely have to come up.
Yeah, it would. All right, other side of the matchup, Minnesota. The Wentz thing, oh, by the way, you're playing Minnesota and Wentz. In Minnesota, where you won the Super Bowl for the first time. The storylines are everywhere.
Yeah.
Plots, subplots, everywhere.
I actually can't believe that
Burial
I don't know how
plots.
it's been there, but it has not been like a big national topic, and it hasn't really. Like I'm shocked that because this is, and maybe it's like, Wentz has gone a couple places since.
Yeah.
He really hasn't played great football. But to me, this is like I couldn't believe everything that was lining up this week. So I love covering Carson. I still don't know, other than injuries, how and he sometimes gets in his own head. We know how it is. How a guy could fall off as greatly as he did. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fascinating. He even when he was struggling at times, he was still pretty good, like late in games. He had that game against the Eagles. They played the Giants on like a Thursday night, and it was like an ugly game, and then he threw it a Boston Scott to win the game or something like that. And it was kind of like that was that Browns game last week. It was not a pretty game, and in the end, he and the offense make the plays to win the game there in the end. So it's appointment viewing for a lot of reasons this Sunday. Not the least of which, by the way, is Brian Flores getting an extra week to scheme up some stuff for an Eagles team that offense has not done well against exotic pressure man type. Or well, I guess they're going to get man, but I don't want Brian Flores to have an extra week to prepare for this offense right now.
No, because I think they'll wind up doing what everybody else is doing now, which is flood the zone, Brackett and AJ, and forcing Jalen to throw in the windows.
Well, that means they're going to show 8 and bail out.
Yep.
And Harrison Smith has been a big. His ability to go from the line of scrimmage to get all the way back deep is why they're able to get away with a lot of that stuff. And so I think you'll see a lot of that, a lot of show pressure, back out, some zones. Jalen's got to see it quickly. If you're the Eagles, all you can do.
If you're listening to us, Mikey G just made the sign of the cross.
There's an audio only option? I
yes, okay. You can actually do. People listen to the podcast of it, right? Or listen to it, not just watch us. I just had to get that play-by-play going. The league is wild. Last night, Mikey, we watched Flacco v. Rodgers. I loved it. I loved every second. I loved that.
Of course you did.
He threw 23 times at Jamar Chase. He got 23 targets. It was awesome. Makes sense.
The whole time I'm thinking, like, Jake Browning, you could have completed half those passes. And it was, quick slants. He's creating space. But I guess once you hit a couple up top, that puts the quarterbacks on their heels.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
Joe
all of a
can
sudden
sling
you can hit that.
Yeah, Joe's a slinger, man. Like, I love Joe.
Yeah.
Joe's a slinger.
That loosened up. But the whole time watching, like, you see, Jake, like, this is all you had to do. Like, and they wouldn't have had to trade for anybody. So, I
love Tomlin. I love Tomlin ripping Cleveland for trading them to Cincinnati.
There's a lot of unwritten rules in baseball. There's not a lot in football. And I think Tomlin was basically saying they violated an unwritten rule because they're like the dude in the fantasy team whose season is already over and he trades somebody to a team that's in it and everybody else is pissed off.
Right.
That's a great analogy.
That's exactly what the Browns did. Because the Browns, it's not like Donovan got traded from the Eagles to Washington and the plan at the time was for him to. Yes, on Easter. I remember that vividly. I do remember that vividly. But the plan there for Washington was that he was going to be our quarterback for quite some time. Like the Eagles were going to see him repeatedly. For the Browns, it was like, I'll send him over there. We're already not making the playoffs this year, and we won't have to deal with him after this season, and we were going to let him go anyway. So it was a different kind of thing. So I think that's what Tomlin was pissed about, certainly. And I do wonder, because I know he was, he wanted to get his message out there. I do wonder if it had a negative impact on his own locker room, that they're kind of like, wait, are we scared of this guy? Like, right. And all of a sudden now you're dealing with that kind of mentality. But Tomlin now is at the point. I think Al Michaels made a reference to this on the broadcast last night. I think he told them, I'm at the point in my career where whatever. It's a cranky old man. If it
Right.
doesn't
I'll
bother me,
say
I'm gonna let
whatever.
him
Yeah, I'm
know.
going to let it go.
Yeah, he's not old, by the way. I'm just saying
Yeah.
in terms of the mentality.
How about they run a read option and he keeps it? Joe.
Dude.
Oh.
And he was moving, too.
He was
moving pretty
trucking.
good.
Yes, he was.
I remember a game, I think it was his rookie year. He played against the Giants at Giant Stadium. I covered that game, and he ran a bunch that game. And he was
always a good
fleet
athlete.
of foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fleet of foot back then. And, things slowed down over the years, but got a little juice left, got a little gas left in the tank there. Good for you, Joe.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. The league's wild, man. Just wild. Like, you got the Colts 5-1, the Tampa 5-1. The Bills are like the Eagles. They lose 2 straight. Now they get banged up. So there's obviously a much different feel because they still know they're good. But the Chiefs are getting better. They're going to get even better now that they get Rice back. I'm scared of them. I think they go on a major run.
I agree with you. I think it's running through Kansas City again in the AFC, which is fine. I mean, I know there's Chiefs fatigue for a lot of people. The team that I think the Bucs might wind up with the number 1 seed. I really do. Their schedule. This was supposed to be the tough part of their schedule, and they went 2-0 so far. It was like a 3-game stretch. I'm looking at this. It was a 4-game stretch. Eagles, Seahawks, Niners, Lions. If they pull off the upset, obviously I feel a lot better about that. Then they got the Saints in the back end. They got another game against the Saints. They got 2 against the Panthers. They got 1 against the Dolphins. They got the Falcons, 1 more against the Falcons, who they already beat. They got Arizona at home. Once they get to November 30th, I mean,
they're going to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5-1 or 6-0 to close it out. So I'm and the way that they're playing through injuries, once they get everybody back and healthy again, Todd Bowles, Temple Tough, Temple Todd, love it.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Now I think they get the doors blown off on this week. Noah Buka kills them. I mean, Tez Johnson, Cam Johnson, you can just live with for just for so long. And against that Lions team, the team that I'm always looking at is the Packers. Like, how good are the Packers? I don't know. I thought they were better, but I thought they were really good. But then there's always a part of me going, am I wrong? I don't know.
Here's the problem, and this is why I lean towards the Bucs. Like, they got divisional games left, and it's like, who's going to win? Like, they're going to wind up beating each other.
Yeah.
I just,
that division's
I think
nasty.
they're good. And the Packers are, and they have been, the team that in recent years you don't want coming into your building in January. The Eagles beat them last year, but previously they had been a tough out for a lot of teams. So I'm with you. I'm not when I say, I'm just looking from a scheduling and record standpoint. I think Tampa Bay has got a chance to really fatten that record up to 13 wins or so and potentially have that 1 seed. Then you got to go through Tampa in the playoffs. And then you get some good matchups there. Like I still, Detroit goes there or Green Bay goes there. Like those are teams you don't want to come into your building. So we did a snapshot of, again, if the season ended today, what the playoff matchups were going to be. There's some really good ones. I think it's going to be an entertaining January. I like when it's sort of wide open like this.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's nuts. What duty you got this weekend?
We're home. We're home again. I'll be here on Sunday. We've got another international game. And then next week is the 19th. No, I'm sorry. This is the 19th. Next week, the 26th, which is the Eagles-Giants game. I believe I've already been assigned that one for the rematch down there in Philly. I can't imagine the Eagles are going to lose 2 to the Giants in 3 weeks, but talk to me after I watch them play the Vikings. How about that, Ant? We'll get to that at that point. So, catch me on NFL Network Sunday morning from home.
I like it. We'll be watching. Looks good. Like the set. Thanks, pal. Love you.
You got it. See you,
Here
boys.
he is. Mike E.G. Mike Garafolo, NFL Network.
Sounds like chaos down there.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
That they can't trade A.J. Brown. The cap hit.
Oh, Danny D. What's up, brother? Come over here. Yeah, Danny D's here. We can sneak in here.
The cap hit on an A.J. trade's like $50 million. Like
Yeah,
dead
well,
cap.
there's
Can they
all
actually
kinds
do
of issues, man. There's just all kinds of issues. All right, let's take care of some business. Danny D, what do you say, buddy boy?
What you doing, Bob?
My main man, Danny D, the AD. All right, let's take care of some business. Thank you. Let's talk about Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. Yes, Cherry Hill Mitsubishi is amazing, right? Like I tell you about it all the time. In fact, Danny D is brought to us by Cherry Hill Mitsubishi, which is a Folk auto dealership. Charlie Folk. We love Charlie.
The man, the myth.
Right? Like you got your cars there. You send people to whether it's Kia of Cherry Hill Jeep, or Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. You send your people there.
I've sent so many friends and family over there. So they've been great. They always take care of you. It's tough.
I tell them all the time about Charlie, right? Charlie he really he's a family guy. Like he's all about the community. He's second generation.
It's amazing. He's such a good guy. And he takes care of everyone like their family when they come in. Top of the line service.
Yeah.
Elite.
It's about trying to be, hey, we want you to just always come back and be part of us.
For sure. Feel the love.
So go there, all right? Mitsubishis are hot, all right? So make sure you go there. CherryHillMitsubishi.com. You tell Bill. Bill's runs Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. You tell him I said you're going to get the cuz discount. You're going to love it, all right? Trust me. I know people buy Mitsubishis elsewhere. I just don't know why.
It's a mistake.
Damn right, it's a mistake. I don't know why.
No,
you know why?
Some people aren't that smart.
No, they're not smart. Let's talk about Parks Casino, shall we? That's right, Parks Casino. We were there last night. How about it, Andrew?
Yes, we were.
A lot of fun, full vibes. In fact, Brain and I went through the entire card, college and NFL. All right? Props. There's all kinds of stuff. It's like an hour and a half long. Check it out on our Bet Parks channel.
Yes. It's
Right?
on the Bet Parks channel. Yes.
So
Cuz's Corner.
check that out. The Bet Parks channel.
Got your own corner now, huh?
Yes. They
All
got
right.
corners, alleys. Check it out. Incredible stuff going on at Parks Casino. Action, excitement, headline entertainment, great restaurants. Watch every football game in the state-of-the-art sports book. You ready for this, boys? Mm-hmm. VG, Sundays at noon and Mondays at 6.
Okay.
Dollar dogs and $3 Miller Lights, $5 Peronis.
Ooh.
Man.
I'd like to go Peroni.
So do I.
Yeah.
I'm saying the same thing. Andrew and I were jonesing because we were there
Last night, we were dying for him.
We wanted a dog and a Peroni.
Peroni's looked good last
I had
night,
a Peroni
huh?
last night. It cost more than $5. I'll tell you that. That's a deal.
$5 Peroni, man. You can't beat it. You can check out concerts, comedy, more. State-of-the-art Excite Center. You're going to find a collection of award-winning restaurants inside Parks Casino, including Liberty Bell Gastro Pub and Beer Garden. The best cover bands in the 360 Lounge every weekend, plus monthly country line dancing, Latin dance nights, and live comedy. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Pennsylvania's #1 casino. Tickets to all upcoming shows are available at parkscasino.com. You're going to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. We got Doc?
We got Doc.
All right.
Doc's here, yeah.
All right, because we do the Friday injury report.
Need to get it breaking down, man. We need them back.
And today we center on Jalen Carter. And joining us from our Rothman series. We love our Rothman orthopedics. Our Rothman doctors are the best. And there he is, Dr. Salim Parekha. Hello, Doc. Good morning.
What's up, guys? Loving the show.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate it, Doc. You know what's funny? Can I just say this before we get into it? The Rothman doctors have such great bedside manner. Like, I look at your face, I go, that's a kind face, right? Like, I know I'm in good care. I go, like, Dr. Parekha, I go, all right. Like, look at him. Like, I'm good. Like, thank you. Because you guys do God's work, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's a big deal. All right. So, listen, Jalen Carter's heel. Now, we know that you are not his doctor, so This is kind of in theory that we're talking about this. When a player is listed with a heel injury, what's the most common possibilities behind that label?
Yeah, so when you think about the heel bone, it is the bone that strikes when you walk, right? It's right at the bottom. And so when we talk about heel pain in the athlete, they typically have one of two things going on. Either they have a bone bruise, and that's causing pain on the inside of the bone, or they can have something called plantar fasciitis, which is inflammation of the tissue that lays right on top of that bone. Yeah, that can be a bad one.
Oh, it feels like you're walking on nails.
Yes.
You have experience.
Yes. Yes, Doc. Oh, it's the worst. I thought they were called, I thought it was shin splints, right? Isn't that like the layman's term?
The shin splints are up by your leg bone, right? Right in front of your shin. A lot of our runners get that, or some of the basketball players get that.
And between that and those, the plantar fascia, oh, God, man. Oh, just thinking about it, walking, it's like, no pain. How serious for, we're looking at a big man, right? A defensive lineman, when it comes to the heel, how important is that?
Well, it's very important, right? Because every single step you take, every time you cut, every time you explode out of the line, you're putting a lot of pressure on that heel. So unless that's quieted down to the point where he can play effectively, although rumor has it that he's playing this week.
Yes,
that's gonna affect your play.
Yeah, and you wonder is how long can you go with that? Like, is that something that you can mask the pain? Is it something that several snaps? It will. You expect a guy, not Jalen, but a guy be limited with that sort of injury.
So it all depends on the severity and what exactly it is, right? So if it's a bone bruise, you can pad up his cleat as best you can. But the problem is every time you pound on that heel, every time you explode out, you're putting a lot of tension and pressure on that bone. So you're really limited. If it's plantar fasciitis, yes, you can give him some steroids to calm it down. You can actually give him some numbing medications to calm it down. PRP, stem cells. You can do a bunch of different things to try to accelerate how fast it heals. And a lot of guys can play through plantar fasciitis. The bone bruise one, that's a little tougher to play through.
So in either situation, either diagnosis, what is the recovery kind of period of it? And obviously we know severity is a key component.
Yeah. So severity is very key, especially when you're dealing with plantar fasciitis, right? Peyton Manning had been shut down for weeks because he had a plantar fasciitis issue that then led to a plantar fascial rupture where it tore, and then that can take you out of the game for weeks. So if it's a mild plantar fasciitis, you can medicate them with injections. You can nurse them through games, and that's not as big of a deal. A stress fracture also depends on severity. When it's mild, anti-inflammatories, you can do vitamin D to try to get him to recover faster. And then during the off days, you shut them down and you really protect that heel. If it's a severe stress fracture, then that can lead to multiple weeks lost in the season.
Doc, this game is going to be in a dome. It's going to be on turf. Let's talk about turf versus grass when it comes to the heel.
Yeah, well, a lot of athletes over the last few years have raised the alarm about playing on turf because of the increased injury risk they feel. And part of it's real, right? If you look at natural grass versus turf is a lot stiffer. It doesn't give on the cleats once they land in the cleats. And because you don't get that give, you put your lower extremity at increased risk of injury from the knee to the hip to even the ankle. So that's a real concern. Also, because it's stiff and doesn't have a lot of give, right? That substrate underneath the artificial turf is just a lot more dense than dirt. Every time you pound on it, it can hurt a lot more. So when you have heel pain and you're playing on turf, that could make it a little bit more severe, a little bit more symptomatic for you as you go through the game.
Doc, you're amazing, man. Because you take your amazing knowledge of the body, apply it to sports, and I can listen to you talk all day, but and just break it all down. You're obviously a big fan too. Like I can tell you know sports.
I used to do all these injury insights for the last decade, so I love this thing. I breathe it, live it. I look at return to play, return to sports, looking at fantasy metrics to see when can we predict these guys get back.
Oh, that's awesome, man!
Doc rules.
Oh my God, we got to have a regular segment with you, man. Like you do all sports too?
All sports, including cricket.
That's awesome. Yes, we got to do a segment with you. You, Dr. Parekha, you're awesome, man. I totally dig it, man. It's great. All you Rothman guys are great, but you got to do this. This is perfect. It'll help. We have a fantasy geek, so now we need a fantasy doctor. So you're the man, pal. Thanks, Doc. You have a great weekend, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Really enjoyed it. We got to do that segment.
Thanks, guys.
How about Doc?
He's a sportsman, man.
Yeah,
He is a true sportsman. He even does cricket.
We need someone to give us some cricket betting advice.
Look, VG goes right to that. VG goes right to that. Look at that. VG goes right there. I love it. All right. You good, Danny?
I'm good, baby.
Making Varsity with Danny's coming up in a little bit because we have our man Baldy coming up.
The legend.
Right? Then
the ultimate sportsman.
We're very concerned and worried.
Oh, no.
You've been around this stuff. It's a big deal.
It's a big test this week. See if they.
We got our boy. Let's go to him. Let's see with our man, the legend of Baldy. Baldy. Oh, let's talk some football. Baldy. Oh, he likes meats and football. Oh, Baldy. Well, he'll be going to Minnesota to call the game, and which is awesome. Baldy, good morning, my brother. I see you're in your office at NFL Films.
Breaking down Joe Flacco last night, man, and that performance of his.
Dude, can I tell you, I loved last night.
I know.
I enjoyed that game. First of all, you and I love Flacco. Like Flacco. We love Joe. They even ran the read off, and he keeps it. He talks it. Oh, I was loving it.
There wasn't one guy in Pittsburgh that went with Flacco. Not one guy. They all went to the back, man. It was a brilliant call. And Joe, I mean, look, he's 41. I mean, I said it in training camp when I saw him. Like, he can still move, man.
Yes.
Like, he's not a stiff old man. Like, he can still move after all these years.
And you listen, I don't care if he's just an arm. That arm can sling it. He can always sling it,
really
dude.
It's remarkable because we saw Peyton's arm die. We saw Favre's arm die. We've seen Drew Brees' arm die. We've seen all these old guys that played. Their arms all died. Joe Flacco's arm is the same as when he came out of Delaware. It had changed.
It is. It's live.
How does that happen? How does it happen?
Like, he's just this, he's just got those Italian genetics, man. What can I say, man? He's I don't know. Like, it's like nothing has really changed. He looks exactly the same except for a little gray in the beard. Like, the body looks the same. You go out to the golf course with him, he looks just the same as he did in 2008. Like, nothing's really changed. It's, stress-free life, I guess.
Olive oil. All right.
Olive oil. That's it, cuz. You're right. That's it.
Olive oil is the elixir. Elixir, Danny. What a fun game, though. I do love the fact it was Rodgers and,
Well, that's what happened. I mean, honestly, obviously we're going to get to our game, but, when you get great quarterback play, everybody is entertained on every level. But we're all entertained. Like, that was a great quarterback duo. Like, we need more 40-year-old quarterbacks that can play like that. But, to listen to Joe, even in the post game, talk about, like, he wasn't really sure about some of the plays, and he just went on instincts, which, honestly, like, you can't go wrong sometimes. You got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins out there. You're like, all right, they couldn't cover either one of them. So, that's what they wanted. That's why they made the trade. They're like, we know we got these beasts out here. We know they'd open up the run game. They hadn't been able to run the ball all year. But, his throwing and his passing loosened everything up last night.
It did. It completely did. But your point you make is so spot on, because when you got those receivers, it just becomes backyard football. And, he's got 10 days with the playbook, but that's what it is, right? Like, and you saw them, and the connection was there. Like, you chased, like, I was happy I love Jamar Chase. And I was happy for him, right? I was happy for him because he played with joy last night.
Yeah, that's how he is. But that's what kind of a kid he is, though, man. Like, honestly, nothing's too big. Like, he knows he's good without ever beating his chest. Maybe he'll give you a little flex, after a catch. But he's not really a trash talker.
Nah.
Like, he's just a good dude, man. He's a good dude and plays the game the right way. And he's a beast. I mean, he could be a starting tailback for probably every single team in this league almost. Like, because he's so strong from the waist down. His hands are he catches everything with his hands. Like, he's just an amazing player, man.
He is. He really is. A lot of fun. The league, like, I don't know. I just freaking love football, man. I was watching last night going, this is the best, man. This is such good stuff.
Doesn't it frustrate you, though? He's only there 10 days, and he's slinging it all over. And, like, we're having our issues here.
I know.
Well,
but
there's mitigating factors.
He's a natural. He's been like that, since he started in 2008. Like, he's just a natural thrower. He's accurate. The ball. Did you ever see the ball not with a tight spiral? Does he ever throw a flutter?
No, never.
It's unbelievable. The ball comes out tight, firm spiral. Every single throw looks exactly the same.
It does. It's beautiful. Like, I love I see a well-thrown football. It's poetic look. Like, just to see it, the spirals, like that beautiful spin on the ball. Oh, man. It's what he does. Now, the Eagles.
That's not a good offensive line he's playing behind either.
Well, they protected really well last night. They got a rookie right guard in Jalen Rivers, who played both guard and tackle at Miami last year. Dalton Risner was on a scrap heap. At the start of the season, he was unsigned. He was just out there. Minnesota cut him. But he was a former tackle at Kansas State. Those are two guards. Zeus played really good last night. The center is a stud, Ted Karras. And they protected the edges. And, Herbig and TJ and Highsmith were a non-factor all night.
Yeah.
But it also helps when the quarterback gets rid of the ball on time almost every single play.
Well,
there's the shot.
No, but that's the truth. I mean, like, in the passing game, the ball has to be out on time. I mean,
honestly, for almost every single play last night that Joe threw, I think it was 43, whatever passes was. Honestly, you could count to 3, and by the time you got to 3, the ball was gone. Almost every single throw. Now that's the design of the offense. That's a guy that, understands you got to get the ball out. They've had some issues protecting either quarterback that was in there this year, whether it was Burrow or, Browning. And so just count to 3 and see if the ball's out. Now, try that on Sunday and see how the Eagles are doing in that town. So that's
no. Well, Herbie talked about it last night. Like, you play this long in the league, like, there's nothing that's going to freak you out. And, like, you watch Flacco play, and he never looks overwhelmed in the moment. Like, he may miss a throw here, he may get sacked, but he'll always come back the next play like it does. Like, I've seen this before.
What was fun for me last time? So I'm up here, and I got screens all over the place, right? So I've got the Amazon feed with Herb Street and everybody over here. But over here, I've got a handheld camera that I've got their feed from the Cincinnati sideline.
Wow.
So in between, I knew the play that was coming because there was a delay between the games. So anyways, I got the play over here in real time every time Joe or Aaron threw the ball. But during the timeouts and everything, they'd have the camera on the sidelines. So, Joe just comes over and it's just, honest to God, and he might as well be on his lazy boy at home in Audubon, New Jersey, or Haddonfield, New Jersey. Like, he just comes over, he sits down, Burrow's over there, he's got his headset on, Jake Browning is talking to him. Like, you would have just thought, like, honestly, like, this was just a nice Friday afternoon practice. Like, he never went to look at. I never saw him look at a piece of video. These guys are always studying the video.
Yeah,
He didn't look at one video thing the entire day. And not one coach came over to him and said anything to him. It was just Joe. And here's the offense. Like, he didn't come over and talk to the offensive line. The receivers a little bit further down. He just came over, sat down, like, okay, let's get up. Oh, we got to go win the game. Let's go kick a field goal. It was unreal.
I know. Yeah, it's pretty wild. All right, let's tackle Sunday. You know what's awesome? Before we get to the problems and the issues, but there is a story. You're a story guy. You appreciate a good story. You and I lived the Wentz thing together. Like, when they drafted him, and you and I are doing the show together.
The whole draft process. You
Yes.
wanted him the entire draft process over Goff. Remember it was 2016, like it was yesterday.
Yeah. We lived it.
Yeah.
And now, all these years later, here it is. The Eagles, in desperate need of a win, have to go to the place where they won the Super Bowl, their first ever Super Bowl, and play the quarterback. And the quarterback is looking at that team with the ultimate, like, vengeance. As much as he'll never say it, but you want to beat them. Like, if you're Wentz, your whole career just went sideways in Philadelphia.
Well, he was out of football, completely out of football. Nobody was even touching him. And, when they made the trade, Sam Howell to the Eagles, we talked about it. I said Carson going to Minnesota is going to be a good thing. I didn't predict that J.J. McCarthy was young and he'd had injuries already. And obviously he's got the high ankle sprain. Whether he's ready or not, I think Kevin O'Connell just wants Carson to play. And not just for this reason, because the Eagles are coming to town. Like, he gives them the best chance to play. And a little bit like Carson is only 9 years into this business. But a little bit like Flacco, like, the arm is just the same. He's the same cyborg. Like, he's still fast. He's still big. He's still strong. Like, all those things, none of that has changed. Despite all the injuries he's had, he can still run. He's still really strong. The arm is as strong as ever. So, I mean, you're looking at the same guy that the Eagles released, and honestly, the talent around him is really good. So I'm happy that he's getting this opportunity. And I thought that unless McCarthy was 100%, like, they were going to go with Carson.
And you brought this up. He had stints with Andy, stints with McVay, and now KOC, who's one of the best. And
well, it's one thing to say, okay, is this going to be another reclamation project like Baker and Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold? It can be. The thing because it doesn't always happen. But you have to be a resilient individual. You have to keep working. You have to keep believing. You have to keep trying to get better, despite what the media is telling you every day, or what teams are telling you when they cut you or bench you or release you. You have to be the component to this whole thing is you have to be extremely resilient. And you can say that about Carson to this point, because it hadn't gone well, since, that last year in Philadelphia. It hadn't gone well anywhere. And here he is, still winning football games right now. And he's with a very, very talented play caller.
It's funny, you nailed it. My question was exactly that we saw that with Baker, we saw that with Darnold. Can he be another one of them where all of a sudden he comes back and winds up having a career?
Well, it's all possible. And, because we've seen number one draft picks like J.J. McCarthy, like, God bless him. We need great young quarterbacks. We need him to be good. But if he has to sit because Carson's just playing better and you play the hot hand, then that we have seen that play out before. We saw Aaron Rodgers sit for 3 years behind Brett Favre. I mean, it's about winning games and giving your team the best chance to win. And we'll find out. We'll find out if Carson can be that guy. I don't know if he could be Joe Flacco good last night, but he's played pretty well in these games. He came back and threw the winning touchdown against Cleveland over in London a couple weeks ago.
Is he still prone to hero ball?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit like that. I wouldn't say that gene is out of him. that they've just, taken that chromosome and eliminated. I think it's still there, but the options that he has to throw to.
I mean,
it's every bit of what Joe Flacco was throwing to last night.
Yeah. What do you think? Forget about the injuries and what happened, the events, but just him as a quarterback, like your eye. What does he have to do or fix to try to get to that?
Well, his fundamentals just get sloppy.
Yeah.
He's falling off his back foot with nobody around him. He doesn't step into his throws. Look, you come out of Bismarck, North Dakota, and you go to North Dakota State, you're always going to be physically the best player on the field. So you never really learn how to throw a football. You just use your upper body strength just to throw it. And so he's never really had to learn how to use weight distribution, how to,
step into it all the time,
throw it, follow through. Like he still really struggles with a lot of those basic elements of throwing a football. He's just a big, strong kid that could just overpower people with his ability. And he did that for much of his college career and early in the NFL, but it caught up to him. And, when you can't complete passes and you're throwing swing passes and you're throwing it behind the back instead of in front of them, and you're losing yards instead of gaining yards, it still counts as a completion, but you're not gaining any yards because the throw isn't where it needs to be.
Yeah, you're so right about that. It's such a great point that you make. That stuff gets drilled. Like you got to be maniacal with it. Like you forget Brady, but Brady, the way he attacked his fundamentals was in a maniacal fashion. Like he always did everything right. All those quarterbacks, that's it.
Yeah, but even like Peyton and Eli, they would go back to Duke, when their college coach was the head coach at Duke, and they would go back in the offseason. They'd spend a week just going through the fundamentals. You go down, it was funny when Peyton was like, Peyton watch, and he's leaving Indianapolis. Where's he going? Like I could have told everybody, and nobody knew where he was. He was in Durham. He was working on his fundamentals. Like he figured out, okay, Denver's the place, but people didn't know if he was going to Tennessee. They didn't know where he was going. And they didn't know where he was. I'm like, he's in Cameron Indoor. He's at Cameron Wade Stadium right now, throwing footballs. Wallace Wade Stadium.
Yeah. All right, now to our squad. Now, listen, the one thing that's apparent when you watch I watch the Vikings on tape and look at it and go, all right, well, this Eagles team should be able to run on them. Like, I talked to somebody down there, like, I think it's pretty obvious what they're going to try to do, right? 2023 you did not have Saquon Barkley, and now you do. So when we talk about attacking the edges and we talk about getting this run game right, what do you see, Baldy?
Well, that's in theory. Yeah, it should. They should do that. They kind of jump around in front of you and they mug all the gaps and back out. And you should be able to run the ball against them. Other teams have, but the Eagles haven't shown any sort of inclination to be consistent in the run game at all and to stay with it. So I'm sure that's going to be a high priority. But that was their offseason emphasis, was to improve. Even though they finished the season last year ranked second in run defense, and they were very good. They went out and got Hargrave. They went out and got Jonathan Allen. They wanted to upgrade that position. They let Harrison Phillips go to the Jets. They wanted to upgrade that position inside to make it more difficult to run, and the opposite has happened. They hadn't been very good at it. So I would think that'd be a huge emphasis. But
hey, real quick, Paul. Real quick,
Yeah.
we're at OT.
Okay.
Overtime. We're at overtime. Make sure you subscribe, right? If you're watching us on Roku or any of the streaming stuff, come to YouTube as always. Hit the like, hit subscribe. It helps. People love it. They love Baldy. Who doesn't? I'm with you.
No, but what I was saying though, cuz, is like everybody that wants to kind of get on track. And they've got a great running back. Okay, we got to run the ball. Well, okay, running the ball is important, but you're going to have to throw it too, and that's they have equal problems there. And if you just watch last night's game, there's not one single outside of a quarter against the Rams. The passing offense, the Eagles have never looked like any of those quarterbacks that threw the ball last night. And so at some point, you got to throw the ball with some anticipation. You've got to, get guys free the way Jamar was. You want to you want to play a bail corner like Slay last night was and like Joey Porter. Well, Jamar's just going to sting you with the 15-yard out. And it's going to be thrown on timing, and his ball's going to be out before you come out of the break. Those kind of things you have to be able to do, and they don't happen frequent enough. And so can the passing game, if the running game does take off, which would be good, can the passing game catch up to it right now? And I know they've been sitting there in these meetings and dissecting the first 6 weeks, and all these discussions is great. But ultimately, at US Bank Stadium, can you do it on the field in a pretty good atmosphere to do it in? I mean, it's
against a really smart, against a really smart defensive coordinator. Like when he shows you 0 and then backs out of it, I mean, that's confounded Jalen in the pass game before.
Well, it's confounded a lot. I mean, he's done it to Lamar. He's done it to everybody in this league over the last 5 years. Everybody, almost every team in this league has copied some part of what Flores really started. It started on a Thursday night when he was in Miami against the Ravens, and the Ravens had no answer for it, and they just kept bringing it. Now, you could get them out of that with 1 or 2 big pass plays. You get them right out of that whole thing. If you get them in a blitz 0 and you get AJ against, Byron Murphy Jr. or, Isaiah Rodgers, whoever's at corner, you could get them out of it. But if they have success, you're going to see a whole lot more of it.
How would you attack this whole thing? And what do you want to see from the Eagles pass game and how buttoned up? Now, we always talk about predictability, and it's been the buzzword throughout. They've been predictable for the last 5 years, right? Like that's just what they are. What can you do knowing that you have a bye week coming up at some point with this offensive pass game? And then what do you want to see from Jalen and the receivers?
Well, I've always thought that Jalen throws a good deep ball. Like, we haven't seen very many of them this year, and we haven't seen very many successful ones. But I always thought he threw a good deep ball, and he gave his receivers a chance to go get it, whether it was Devontae or to AJ. I'd like to actually see that. I mean, that would give both those receivers a boost of confidence. I feel like both those guys, no matter who they get matched up with, feel like they can win with the ball in the air. I'd like to see a little bit of some go ball action. We saw it last night. We saw the game-winning throw from Flacco to T. Higgins was a great deep ball.
Yeah.
We saw it with Aaron Rodgers to Freiermuth. Let's see the deep ball come back into this offense. We saw it week 1 against, when Jahan Dotson got behind Dallas, and you got one there. It was a perfect throw. But I haven't seen any kind of, deep shots on any regularity. And I would say if you could block them up front, Jonathan Greenard, and I don't know if Van Ginkel's going or not, but block them up and let Jalen take a couple shots. I'd like to see that added to this offense right now. It might loosen things up in the run game a little bit.
I like what they had the one play to Devontae down the field where he's lined up in the slot, and Devontae's nasty, man. We talk about AJ all the time, but we forget how dangerous Devontae Smith is.
Oh man, the guy won the Heisman Trophy, man. I mean, I'm not living in revisionist history. This guy is a dominant player, dominant. Like I saw last week. I watch all these games, right? So Cleveland and Jacksonville made a trade last week. It was a bizarre trade, but they traded corners, Tyson Campbell for Greg Newsome. So Greg Newsome goes out on the field last week for Jacksonville. And Seattle, the first plays on the field, here comes Jackson Smith and Jigma, 61 yards right down the field. Ran right by him. And, and Darnold put it right on him, 61-yard touchdown. I mean, they didn't wait till the guy even stretched. He stepped on the field, it went right at him, 61 yards. I don't know. Byron Murphy Jr. is a good player. Had 6 interceptions last year. Isaiah Rodgers, they know who he is in Philly. I don't think either one of these receivers fear any of those guys. Take a go ball shot to these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Please.
Yes. You got to do it. You got, and I think Jalen. We talked about this to start with when it comes to Flacco. Ball's got to be out. Like, you can't wait. Like, you just can't hesitate. Just let it go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Design your offense like that. If you design your passing game like that, now it helps, but they've got elite receivers. Design it 1, 2, 3, balls out.
Yeah.
Like if it gets to 4, you're holding it too long. If it gets to 4, okay, then you're allowed to move, scramble, buy some time, get to a loose play, get to the play beyond the X's and O's. But honestly, design the passing game by counting to 3. Like, you're not going to go wrong.
Yeah. A couple of quick storylines around the league, because it's so wild, Baldy. Like, the Colts are 5-1. Tampa, you've been high on Tampa for 2 years now. You knew that Tampa, and once they get past, in fact, I was talking about this with Kevin Negandhi. Once they get, or Mike Garafolo, once they get past this stretch, like, because you got Detroit, you got Noah Buka, so it's going to be tough. But then they have, beginning November and December, they're going to rack up tons of wins. Like, they could easily win the NFC, be the number 1 seed.
I mean, last week, they're playing without Godwin, McMillan, and Evans, and they're throwing to a kid that I never even heard of.
And Bucky.
Jaron Johnson. I mean, Tez Johnson, 7th round pick.
Cam, yeah.
But, the other kid was a free agent off the street, catches a 38-yard touchdown pass. I mean, Baker's throwing it to the open guy. I mean, he's just relentless. I mean, it's 3rd and 14. He scrambles for 15, gets him a first down, huge play in the game. I mean, he's the MVP of this league right now, just because of how shorthanded he's played. He played without his all-pro left tackle for the first month. His starting center was playing left tackle. I mean, they got a backup to a backup right tackle right now. But nobody knows, because Baker's overcome all of it. And defensively, their blitz schemes are as effective as anybody's in this whole business right now.
They're so interesting to like this NFC between Tampa, Detroit, Green Bay. Rams are weird. Seattle. Yeah, you like Seattle, don't you? Smith and Jigba is unbelievable. They're like, you want to talk about every week. It's a shame Ibuka got hurt, because the two of them, every week, all they do is put up ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, well, you have to, if you look at Seattle right now, this is Clint Kubiak's offense. And, I mean, it's a symphony when you watch this thing orchestrated the way they do it. And, when Jackson Smith and Jigba came out of Ohio State, we thought, okay, he's going to be your natural slot receiver. That's what he was at Ohio State. Well, in this offense, he's a pure number 1 receiver. Like, he's what we saw Jamar Chase do last. He could do everything. Like, he is all these kids from Ohio State, except maybe Marvin Harrison, but they all can run. They're all route runners. They all really know how to beat man coverage. They all know how to find the soft spot in the zone. They're all good after the catch. Like, it's really remarkable. I mean, this Olave is out there on the street. From what I hear, like, that kid, if he got with a really good offense, he would explode too. But you watch Ibuka and Jackson Smith and Jigba and these guys, they're good, man.
Yeah, Ohio State, man, they know receivers, man. It's unbelievable what they do. God, they don't even recruit a receiver at Ohio State unless he runs under 4.4. they don't even put him on the radar screen. I know. It's unbelievable. And the kid that's there now, he's going to be another one, man.
Jeremiah,
Oh, my God. He'll be the next one. What do you make of the division, NFC East, and where are you at with each of those teams?
I think they're all flawed. The Giants are going to have a tough test in Denver this weekend against that pass rush. It's going to be tough. But, I mean, defensively, maybe they can keep it close, the way the Jets did last week. Jets held Denver to 13 points and played great defense over in London. But, Washington looks flawed. Defensively, they don't look great. Without Terry McLaurin, they don't really have an explosive element to their offense. And Debo's been banged up like he has been over the last couple of years. So, I mean, I don't think they're great. Dallas, his offense is very, very good, and they're going to get better when CD gets back. They're very good. But defensively, I mean, they're a sieve. And so the Eagles, I mean, they have their issues. I mean, they're a 17-point offense right now. And they're not going to be great if they can't, start scoring more than 17 points. And if defensively have all the holes defensively that they have, if they don't start fixing some of these holes. And so they're going to be a flawed team, and maybe it all change this weekend. Everything can change in an instant. So we'll see if they can go to Minnesota and take care of business. And if they do, they're going to get themselves, a good stretch of, being able to win some games.
All right, buddy. When are you out? Tomorrow morning?
I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon. Heading back, heading out to the Twin Cities. I'm really excited about doing this game. I got a good stretch of games coming up. I've got Indy and Pittsburgh. Oof. I've got New England and Tampa Bay. I've got the Eagles and Giants. I got nothing but great games coming up.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you doing a Thanksgiving? You usually do Thanksgiving stuff.
I'm doing like the studio stuff on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I want to do Texas A&M on that Friday. So I'm going down to Austin for Thanksgiving, doing everything down there. And I'll do the post game after all 3 games. But then Texas A&M, like it's going to be a doozy.
That's a great game. Hey,
Darrell
that's
Royal
nasty.
Stadium, man.
Yeah.
Darrell Royal, the kingdom.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
That's going to be nasty. Yo, you ever see anything like the Franklin stuff, Penn State? I mean, it's unbelievable, dude. This was a national championship contender, a team that was in the playoffs last year, and you bring back the quarterback, both running backs. The tight end's great, but you
first round draft picks on the offensive line.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, Baldy.
I honestly, I went out there to Tyler Warren's pro day, and I was around, Coach Franklin and talked to him quite a bit. I honestly thought they could compete with Ohio State, with Georgia, with some of the, better teams in the country with what they had. They were all there that day. All the kids were there. Like I saw Drew Aller throwing. Like I thought they'd have a real shot. But to write a check for $49 million, that's the Pagula money. Like, it's just like, free money, man. Write a check for $49 million to go away.
It's funny because
are they going to get Matt? Are they going to chase Matt down?
So I'll tell you this. Now
you don't have to say. You don't have to.
Yeah, but you know the deal. Like Pat Kraft's the AD. Pat and Matt were together at Temple. Matt was a walk-on at Penn State. Matt met his wife Julie at Penn State. It's his dream job. Now, I know, like right now, listen, he fell in love again with coaching in Lincoln. He loves it out there, right?
Yeah.
It's only because his dream job is out there and he's just trying to get rid of distractions. I'm not even going to think about it. But the thing that Franklin did, the him getting fired, it got Cignetti freaking $80 million.
Locked up. Yeah. No, next day they backed up the Brinks truck. They weren't going to let him get out of there.
It's unreal. Meanwhile, you got Belichick, who is a 10-point underdog to Cal tonight. And Cal is horrible. It's unbelievable.
Listen, because the coaching carousel this year is going to be, there's going to be more seats in college and pro football this year than we've ever seen before.
Yeah. I think it's time for you to take over a program.
I'm good right here, Coach. I got my coffee here. I'm good.
Have a safe trip, brother. We love you. You're the greatest.
Yep. All right, see you guys.
Here he is, Baldy, checking in.
He's not. He can't be going. He can't be swimming out to a buoy a half mile out whenever he wants if he's coaching college football.
Or going to Shakira concerts,
Yeah, right. The man's got priorities.
Yeah.
But there's probably about $30 million that you could
easy. I think Baldy's probably doing just fine though.
I would imagine so.
You have a lot of dealings with colleges and with college football. Danny D, the AD, brought to us by Cherry Hill Jeep. It's making varsity. Kia of Cherry Hill tonight too.
There we go.
All the folk dealerships. You've seen these colleges. Franklin's been in throughout we were at the prep before.
Yeah.
You were at Penn Charter. It's got to shock you. Like where we're at right now with the money is something you've never seen.
Mid-season is crazy, but the Adidas deal mattered, right? They're bringing in a crazy amount of revenue from that, like $300+ million.
Well, yeah, and if you're Adidas,
You want a fresh start. You want someone that's going to, energize the program. And also, if he takes a job, it's not 50. They played the difference. It's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but it would probably be more like 18 is what he'll end up getting from them, which is still a huge amount of money, right? I don't want to downplay it, but the 50 numbers if he doesn't work, if he decides to stay at home for the next
and do
5 years.
And there's rumblings that Adidas may have helped out with the payment too.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying that he's going to coach. He'll be back next year, and then he has leverage because he could say, you could pay me less, give me more in NIL because I'm going to make the difference from Penn State because they have to pay the difference of that contract. So say he's getting $6 million, that school has got to pay. Penn State's paying him $3 million a year over that, and then he could be strategic. If I'm him, I'm saying put this towards NIL. I'm still going to make my number.
Yeah, just give me $1 million a year. I'm still making the same money.
Yeah, but then let's load up an NIL so we can pay these kids because then we'll be competitive quicker. So I'm not sure how that works. That's just how my brain. I'm not sure.
You're an AD, man.
I would try to be creative with that and say, all right, let's pump the NIL and pump the collective.
How do you, here's the other thing though. If you're a school a guy like Franklin, you got to go. Now he's a great recruiter, but you got to balance that out with him being a really good recruiter with what we saw on the field and expectations. I think
he's a good culture guy, and I think he's an excellent recruiter. I think he's had turnover at coordinators, and I think he relies a lot on his coordinators. Yeah. And then there's no stability there. They've been nitpicking guys every year, right? So I think that's been part of his struggle. I think he's a football guy, but I don't know if he's the X's and O coach that some of these other guys are.
Dude, it's everything. I talk about this with Sirianni. You got to be an X and O guy because if you're counting on your coordinators,
you're supposed to be collaborative with them, right? And then making the ultimate decision, right? You want to trust them and let them give them their room to work. But at the same time, it's you got to know at the end of the day, you got to have some interjection there and speak up.
I mean, it goes back to you can't just be an EQ.
My worry is that he is involved and he can't help them.
So my thing is, I tell coaches I want them to be CEOs. I don't want you micromanaging your guys, but you're making the ultimate decisions. So put talented people, but you need to know what everyone's doing. Be collaborative with them, and at the end, you're making that decision. So you need to be versed and well knowledge in that process, right?
And should you come from a side of the ball and have the decision on that side of the ball? I'm not saying you got to call the plays, but I go back to Andy Reid. One of the things about Andy is
Andy owns all of it. That's it.
He does. Now his
coordinators don't get jobs.
Right.
Because they know he's calling the plays.
Right. Even when they did it. Doug was calling the plays. No, he was not calling the plays.
Yeah, I mean, Doug was the one, but the one guy was there he couldn't get who was the...
Yeah, the running back from Colorado. He played at Colorado.
Yeah, but he was there every year. He was in mix. No one gave him a job.
Who's the guy from Colorado? Oh, my God.
It's going to drive me nuts. He went to the Commanders eventually.
Yes.
But he never got a head job.
He played he was a Buffalo.
The enemy.
Eric Bieniemy.
Eric. Yeah, look at Andrew.
Yeah.
Hey.
Andrew.
Yeah,
I know sports. I know football.
I know sports.
I'm smart. Tony. I'm smart.
Tony.
It's so good.
Doug was a great play caller, man. Hey, you want to go Philly? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
That's still the greatest, man. Where Nick Foles is Philly. And he's looking at it it's freaking the Melrose.
He's like, what is that?
I heard him talking about it recently on Barstool, and he said that the coordinators didn't hear that conversation because it was a timeout. I guess the headset stopped. It has to be. It was a part of the game where. Then when he came back, he was like, "We're going to run this," and they were he said it was just crickets. No one said anything. He's so they didn't. None of them heard that interaction with him and Nick.
That's great.
That's awesome.
He said it last week. He was on PMT or something. It was really cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that is that he had stones, man, because Nick's the one who calls the play. You go all right,
and you're getting crucified. It doesn't work. That's all on you. It doesn't matter if Nick called it. You said yes.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
it's nuts. It's just nuts.
It's really cool.
All right, so give us the local prep scene, my boy.
Yeah, so we're winding down. It's crazy, man. The league play is starting to wind down. So
wind down. It's
big
too soon.
Big win Friday for the prep.
Yeah, so it's at the top of. So there's two divisions: the red division and the blue division. It's based off size. So there's a couple 4A schools in the red and blue because they have to split them up in the Catholic League. So at the top of the red, though, Roman, Prep, and LaSalle all beat each other. They're 1-1-1.
Wow, that's nasty.
If it holds back, which I think it will, LaSalle will technically be the champs by a point differential.
Wow.
Between the three teams. So Roman and Prep played last week. Double overtime thriller. Prep won 40-39. Yeah. Double OT.
Boy, Charlie Falk, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Dude, he's going to be good.
It's a really good game. So it's all boiling up to November 1st, the rematch, Prep LaSalle to go to States. 6A.
Where's that game at?
It's going to be at Villanova.
Where's Bro at?
Yeah, I don't know what a bro. We'll see if the bro behaves himself. We'll get him down there. I don't know.
Bro works at home on Fridays.
No, I saw him floating around. He's here today.
He's here today?
I saw him floating around.
He is.
So his squad is
He's never here on a Friday.
point champion here.
Yeah, so
I saw Todd is here on a Friday. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's actually people here on a Friday. It's always us by ourselves.
yeah, got to get buzzing over here, cuz.
Yeah, look at that.
They're hiding.
So, and then in the blue division, it comes down to this weekend. I'm not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow, but it'll be Lansdale Catholic versus Archbishop Ryan. The winner of that game will be the champion of that league.
Wow. Already,
because
we're not even in November.
Yeah, because you have to start to go. It depends on your classification, but the state playoffs start in November, so you have to wrap up your league and have it all. And now there's still other league games left, but because of where their standings are, this game will determine.
So those playoff games start before the Thanksgiving games?
Yeah. Yeah. And also, there's not a playoff for the league. It's just a regular season champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's too soon, dude.
Too soon. And then soccer's winding down. Playoffs start next week. And it's the number 1 seed was Roman, 11-1. Prep was 11-1, but lost to them. Mm-hmm. So they're in second. Third place was LaSalle. Fourth place, Devon Prep. Fifth place, Judge. Sixth place, Ryan. Is the breakdown
Judge
of
is
soccer.
having a year. Judge has been becoming
But
a
soccer,
power.
they're like a top 2 team every year. This is a very down year for them to finish 5th. Soccer is their niche historically of what they've been really good at. So for them to be 5th place is a down year for them. But I think anyone can win. 1 through 6, I think, could win the soccer championships.
Real quick, back to football, because I just want to show you this. So our youth league, this is where we start the playoffs. That's November 22nd.
Yeah, it's late.
Our championship is November 29th.
High school, if you don't make the state playoffs, you're done end of October.
Wow.
Yeah, that can't be.
Well, they're starting mid-August.
Yeah, so what?
I'm just saying, they're getting 8 games, 10 games in.
Yeah, they got to get more.
Agreed, look.
I mean, come on, man. It's way, because here's the other problem. And I was thinking about this the other day because I was at St. Augustine and Lenape, and it was, it was a mismatch type of thing. And I'm going, man, you only play whatever 9, 10 games, if that. Half of them are not even good games.
Yep.
You got to. They need to make it. It's not a true test of the player. I'm looking at snaps, and you go,
got to build up that non-conference schedule. That's what I always say. You got to play when you get those 4 or 5 games early on. Don't worry about wins and losses. You got to play. Best. You got to go.
Iron sharp as iron.
That's it, brother. Come on, man. Come on.
I love it. Then we got hoops around the corner.
Hoops around the corner.
You're at your. You love the round ball.
I love
the round ball.
Yeah, that's. If I had to pick one, I mean, football is a very close second, but I do love hoops. And then on the girls' side, PCL, 1 seed was Wood for soccer, 2 seed Hubert's, my boy Sean Whimsy, coaching the squad.
Nice.
2 seed, 3 seed was Carroll, and 4 seed is Nazareth. So that'll be the playoffs for them on the girls' side. And the Interact, where we're at now, the league just starts now because it's a smaller league, so there's a bigger non-league schedule. So we started last week 1-0. PC, the Quakers, took down Haverford School 14-0. Big win.
God.
Big win.
Nice.
Route. So that was a big win. So that's just starting. And then the soccer is in the second half, you play everyone twice. So right now, Penn Charter's in first place. Bobby D holding it down. Big game today.
Bobby D's awesome.
Legend.
Oh, man.
Big game today after school against EA. If we win that, we'll have a stranglehold in the league. We should be in a really good place. Yeah, big one today after school. And then, the girls' side.
So you, as the AD, how many events do you go to during the week?
Well, now it was different at prep. It was single sex. There's only 5 sports in the fall.
Right.
Here we have 6 sports in the fall, and it's both. So I'm bouncing around. We have water polo going on, girls soccer, boys soccer, golf, tennis.
Wow.
So there's a lot more going on at but again, it's after school, which I like. It gives me more balance, like right after school, 4 to 6. And so that's really good. And then lastly, I want to shout out our Penn Charter girls team won the cross country championship, first Interact title.
Oh, fantastic. Congratulations, man.
But we had a runner, she's a freshman. She set the course record at Belmont. So Belmont's been around forever.
Yeah.
She has the potential to be an Olympian. She is breaking every national record. She's 14. She's breaking
What's
every
her name?
Mackenzie Scully.
Oh, that's awesome.
She
Mackenzie,
is,
yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
So she's like on the U.S. radar. Last year in 8th grade, she
Great.
broke every 8th grade indoor record for the mile and 2 mile.
Wow, that's
national.
awesome.
So yeah, Belmont Plateau's been around forever.
Yeah.
In the championship, she ran like 17:40 in the cross country race. So she broke the record. So
Very cool, man.
That's awesome.
yeah, so keep that name. Hopefully we get, she's on the right trajectory right
That's
Yeah.
great, man. That's awesome. I love it. Do you, as an AD,
now. Yep.
do you have weekly meetings with your coaches? Like, how do you do this?
Yeah, like in season, I try to have them on my calendar weekly to check in, and we're working out. And then like if you're out of season, every like 2 weeks, I'm just shooting you a text, trying to check in with you. Because again, I tell people you got to be proactive. If you're being reactive, we're in trouble. We gotta see what's coming down the road. We gotta see the next move. We gotta be playing chess, not checkers, right? We gotta be thinking 2-3 moves down the line. So meeting and just talking through it is key. And I tell them, I don't want to micromanage, but I do want to be a resource and help you bounce things off each other and help give you guidance and help you figure this thing out.
Well, especially sports that pretty, if you're talking about football and basketball and baseball,
Yeah, that's more in soccer. They're more my niche where I can give you more strategy or tell you what I'm seeing on the field. But if it's not a sport that I'm like didn't grow up playing or don't have the knowledge, I talk about like the culture, the sidelines. Like let's make sure, because I always tell if you're doing everything right, your culture and you're preparing and you're communicating, winning's going to come. You just got to make sure you're doing those parts of it, and winning comes. It will, takes care of itself.
By the way, quick note: Puka Nacua ruled out for Sunday morning.
All right.
Rams in trouble.
They might be in trouble a little bit.
They are. Nacua out for any length of time is tough.
How's that dude fall to the 5th round?
I don't know. I know. He's such a gamer.
I'll take it for fantasy because I had to pick up Atwell this week. So
2-2. You got 2-2.
yeah.
Yeah. They just left today. They're leaving from L.A. to go to London.
Wow.
That's
It's crazy.
short term.
And how that flight?
to London.
That's
Yeah,
a
today.
13-hour flight, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I'm saying from us, it's like 7 or 8 hours.
Then it's like what, an 8-hour time difference?
No, it's 5.5.
5.5
From
6.
us.
So then you got to add 6. It's 11-hour flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when they're there, it's an 8-hour difference. They gotta
I'm
get
shocked
acclimated to.
They're leaving today.
Today.
They're giving up that game.
Yeah, they're chalking that.
It feels like it.
I feel
it's
like
funny
you would be
say
there on
that.
Tuesday.
Oh, you heard Brain. I talked about this last
but
night.
it's true though. They are giving it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. All right. Take me in the head of Pat Kraft, who's the Penn State AD right now.
Yeah, I mean, so
One of your candidates just got $80 million.
yeah, go for Signetti, right? Yeah. So it really depends. I feel like it depends on the school and what, money guys are going to push this. So are you going for someone that's established, or are we trying to get someone young? And, I heard like the Bills coordinator, but like, I don't like that idea because if he does well, he's leaving in 3 years. He's going to the NFL, right? And also like a young guy I feel like younger for a college program, it's really tough to come in and demand the respect and run it like that. I think it's actually easier for a young head coach in NFL than it is a young head coach in college because the culture means so much more in college.
And you cycle through so many kids.
Yes.
Because of the nature of it.
The rosters are so much bigger.
Yeah.
Like you can focus more.
You need a more seasoned guy.
Yeah. So look, I think Matt would be a great fit. I've told you this. I think he'd be a great fit because what Franklin was a great recruiter. I think Matt having the ties to PSU makes him a better recruiter than he's ever been anywhere else. And also the money will come because his family's there. Like he's a PSU guy. people,
and he's actually a football coach.
And he's a football coach. Like, he's making adjustments. He's built programs, right? Like, you might be not in a rebuild, but you're in a weird spot, and he's thrived in those.
Yeah.
Baylor, he thrived there. Nebraska, he's made them relevant. They were terrible, right?
They were terrible.
Temple, he's made them relevant.
And they bring Scott Frost in because they're thinking, hey, hometown, Husker, the whole nine.
And you got to be comfortable. You need to make sure you have a real good relationship, especially at a program like football. So I know they know each other previously. He hired him at Temple. But I think it's super important for that relationship, because if it's just a work relationship, it's tough to really take that. You need to know them because you're going to need to have conversations.
You got to be boys with them.
And you got to be able to have tough conversations and be good with it afterwards. So I always try to make sure that relationship, not that you have to know the person, but you got to make sure during that process
that you're comfortable.
You're comfortable with them, and you can have tough conversations and, hug it afterwards and agree to disagree sometimes.
Well, listen, what do you think Sunday? You've been around a lot. You've been around a long time. You've seen a lot. There's Baldy. How about Baldy? Right away, he started chuckling at
whenever
it.
he gets that chuckle.
That's like
that doesn't make me feel good.
That's the death chuckle.
That doesn't make me feel good when he does that laugh. No.
Well, hey, you just decided the Rams stayed in Baltimore. They practiced at Camden Yards this week.
All right. Well, they shortened the trip a little bit.
Yeah. Shortened it by 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so you got to get acclimated to time and stuff.
They were there, but going late.
Yeah, it's not as dramatic as you thought, but
no.
Yeah, but still, like,
I would think I think they would leave Tuesday. If you asked me, like before the week, I would have said, they leave in Tuesday.
The whole week. Why wouldn't you just spend the whole week there instead of Baltimore?
I don't know. I don't know.
The Baldy chuckle, man.
That's dangerous. It's dangerous when he chuckles like that. I do.
And
but
he raised the eyebrow too.
We have the ability. We've seen glimpses. I think Wentz is just a mental midget. I think he's going to collapse. I think he's going to try to do too much.
100% agree.
Hero ball's going to come out. He's going to feel like he has to get back. So I think he's going to make our defense look pretty good. Mm-hmm. And Jalen Carter he's the game changer for us because we're not deep this year. I mean, you win a Super Bowl, you're going to lose players, but we're just not deep. So we got to make sure guys like that are on the field. And if he's playing, it makes me feel much better. And I think Devontae's going to have a really big game.
Hope so. Listen, he's one of the most underutilized. We talk about AJ all the time.
He's open. I watched all 22 a few times. He's open so much.
He's always open. and by the way, everybody thinks it's AJ. Devontae's not shy.
No.
Like
he's got a different. He just goes about it differently.
Between the lines, he's not shy.
I think he's
cool.
Disgruntled in the building, but outside he's not saying anything.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a tight knit guy, but I mean I started watching all 22s more and more. He's open all the time.
All the time, dude.
All the time.
All the time. All right, time now for predictions. TV time we're going to do next week. He had to get out of here at 11:30.
Do we have a caller, Andrew?
Caller.
Yeah.
Do we?
Fit Dad said he emailed you. Was trying to get in.
Oh, I didn't see the email. Yeah, I can send him a link.
All right, let's do it. Let's do our back in the day. We'll do predictions. We'll talk to Fit Dad.
Fit Dad's the man. His videos kill me.
He's the best.
He pops up my feed all the time.
I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back. Back in the day with Truman. Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going back 19 years ago this week. One of the most infamous college coaching coaching rants ever is professional.
I'm 40.
No, it's almost as popular as that.
Is it playoffs?
No, but you guys are getting more.
Dennis?
You said it's college.
Dennis.
I corrected myself. I said pro. Yeah. Yeah.
Vikings.
Yeah.
He's with the Cardinals, I think.
Oh,
at the time,
Cardinals,
isn't he?
They are who we thought they were.
4 picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles. What do you see about the Bears? We shut them down that way.
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. What we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
We let him off the hook. It's so good.
The best he walks off.
Yeah.
You want to crown him? Crown it.
We let him off the hook. It's so good.
I love dudes like that.
Oh, man.
You know why? Because they want to win so bad.
Oh yeah.
No,
They
yeah.
just want to
There's
win.
a lot of pressure that job, man.
And then you gotta like you just get off the field. I always thought that you just get off the field and you gotta face a bunch of reporters, right?
Yeah.
And they don't know what you're trying
And the
to
emotions
do.
are everywhere.
Right.
In that game. You're up, you're down, you're everywhere.
And they don't. And truthfully, like they don't know what you called or
No.
what the, you can only this. It's the sport. It's the weirdest sport because it's the most popular. Everybody loves it, but it's also the most intricate, and it's so hard to actually
You call the right
dissect.
play. Devontae's wide open. We don't throw it to him.
Yeah.
You can't say that. You got to eat it.
Right.
And we've all played like 7-on-7 football with our buddies, so everybody thinks they know how to play football.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
he's
man.
open, just throw it.
Yeah. No, I know. And,
Yeah, I
and you're right. Like you got to take bullets.
You
got to
eat it.
Oh.
That's the job, right? You're the front line. You got to wear a bulletproof vest. And
They're probably so happy when that press PR person's like, one more question. We got
Yeah.
time for one more.
Oh,
I'm like,
thank God I don't have to deal with it. But because listen, obviously Patullo he's not done well, right? There's issues there.
Yes.
But you know that like
People
there's
are
also a
open, too.
couple of plays there where guys were open, like like
Changes the whole game.
AJ is open and he throws the pick to Dotson, like.
he telegraphed that so bad.
I know, and if you're Patullo, you're going, oh great. Now they're going to blame me for that. Like the guy's open, make the right throw, please.
That might have been the most depressed I've ever been in my life last Thursday. I was down bad.
that was a
Dude, the
rough one.
Phillies.
I was down bad.
Yeah,
The
it was a
Phillies.
rough
The
one.
Phillies. I'm still upset.
I didn't watch like Sports Center or anything for like 3-4 days.
Nah, I
Just
was
shut it
bad.
down.
Yeah, I took like a sports hiatus.
Yeah.
I didn't, but
Well, I watched other teams. I just didn't watch anything local.
Danny, you getting on the Sixers train? This guy's all pumped up for the Sixers.
I am.
VJ.
Dude, listen, Embiid, Slim B's,
Slim Bede.
healthy.
Slim B's looking mature.
Listen,
Listen,
if
first
he
5 games.
plays,
I'm very friendly with Drew Hanlon. He said he's got the right mindset this year.
yes, the beast.
I'm
I
telling
love
you.
the beast because listen,
Until the knee
he's
snaps.
great. Shut up.
Come on, man. We don't
Shut
need that.
up.
We don't need that in the world.
Nah, we've already seen it. It's already out in the
Mike's
world. It's
finishing
already out in the
football.
world.
You're lucky. I was going to wing it at your head.
It's already
VJ
out there.
We got VJ. Look, we got some guards, man. We got VJ. We got Grimes can guard. We got Maxey. We got guys that can score the ball.
And here's the
Got
thing:
spacing.
if he plays, right, then Paul George is going to play because he's going to be interested.
Yep.
Right. Like so, he's going to play. So he plays. Paul George plays, and this is Max's team.
Yeah.
So now Maxey's not going to get blitzed constantly, where he's got to do everything. Right. So now Maxey's going to have some freedom. Maxey's going to put monster numbers. All right.
My only riff is I would like a true point guard because Maxey's
Agreed.
got to be off the ball. Let him do his thing. Like when he's
But
trying
here's
to
the
facilitate.
problem, though. Here's the problem. Because I understand that. But if you don't have a point guard, he has to be on the ball.
100%.
Because he doesn't get it.
No,
like when he was in a game, when Grimes was in the game, Maxey wasn't getting the ball.
100%.
It was driving me nuts.
And you need a big point guard on top of it.
Yes, you do. You do.
So it's a niche, but I would be aggressive to try to get that. And it doesn't have to be a guy that scores 15,
well, the
20.
problem is, like, listen, I like McCain too, but he doesn't fit.
Right now,
he's
no, I
another
would trade him.
6'2"
He's a
guy.
trade
Yeah.
piece. But he's got potential. Where
No, he's a good ball player.
I would try
like
to trade him for like a pass first defender point guard.
6'5".
Yeah, someone big.
That's what you need. You need a true facilitator.
Yeah, for sure.
But listen, this East is
Wide open.
It's weak.
Wide open.
The East is weak this year.
East is weak.
No one else is weak.
Who?
Just saw this stat. The Brewers, as a team,
Oh, God.
are
Don't even-
batting 101 as
Are
a
you
team
serious?
versus the Dodgers.
That's so
I
depressing.
thought
101.
I'm an idiot. I'm going. Listen, I can see Milwaukee's spunky. They're going to shock the world.
Not even close. Not even
awful.
not
There's a
one
guy on
close
MLB
game.
during the season. He said, "You get to the postseason. This Brewers team's been they take advantage of bad teams, bad defense when they
Yeah.
face tough pitching, good, better defensive
But people are
teams."
locked
Right, but I
in.
thought they had magic in them, but they
Yeah.
had no magic.
No,
They got no magic.
should be us.
Should be us,
Dude.
We could have been a contender.
But no, but it shouldn't be. Not with the lineup the way it is.
Oh, we talked about it before the thing. We said it's crazy that we got Marsh, and Bone batting 4-5.
4-5.
We talked about it before the series started.
And then Dabrowski wants to get on Bryce. Hey, listen.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Like, honestly, if I'm Harper, I go A-D-D. All right? Dedicated Dunsky. Get me a right-handed power bat to protect me.
Yeah. No, I mean,
D-D.
We talked about it beforehand. It was scary that that was our 4-5.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'd be pissed off if I'm Harper.
What do you, real quick before we get to Fit, is Fit Dad ready? Yeah. All right, you can put him on. I'll ask you afterwards.
All right. Let's go to our man, Fit Dad. Fit Dad, good morning. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
You and your I'm back tweet the other day.
Let's go. Play this song, Fit Dad.
He's already out on the Phillies next year, but he's wearing his
Leave
he's all in
alone.
on the Sixers.
You're muted, brother.
Just realized that. It was probably better because I was just screamed at the top of my lungs, play the song.
Play the song. I
What's
love
up,
it,
guys?
buddy.
I'm all sixered up, man. I'm ready to go. I think this is gonna be an I don't know where, obviously, we have expectations of this team all the time. I don't know where it's gonna end. I think it's gonna be an interesting and entertaining season. I think there's gonna be some stars that rise on this roster that we don't expect. But I agree. I agree. I'm all the way back in. They got hip hop back. I'm
Bad
ready
Bunny.
to go.
Original Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Original Bad Bunny.
I'm down, buddy. I'm down. Listen.
I love it.
Listen. When you don't expect it, it happens. Right? Everybody.
It feels like the end of the season.
It does.
Yeah.
And
Y'all are nuts.
No,
Y'all are nuts.
No, Embiid saw Padre Pio, and the knee has been blessed. And he's ready to go.
I'm sure he is.
He's ready to go. Look. There's some juice with this team. Embiid lost some weight. Maxey is a little bit more serious, a little bit more mature.
Yeah, serious. No more smile.
Paul George ready to go.
Yeah, I need Maxey to take that leader role.
Yes.
I honestly do, because Joel has never truly been that leader that this team needed, and that's not a knock on him. I think
that's just who he is.
Focus on. Yeah, he was the focal point. He was put into that situation, and obviously he asked for it. But
Because the loser put him in that situation.
Yeah.
Ben.
I feel like
Ben.
I feel like I'm at a house party and I'm the only one who didn't smoke a blunt, and I'm just listening to you guys talk. Sounds crazy.
It is. I got a quick Maxi fact, though. His camp was at Penn Charter summer, and I talked to him, and he's like, yeah, he's doing a 4 a.m. workout and an 8 a.m. workout and a 1 p.m. He said, I can't let these young guys catch up to me. He's 24 talking like that.
Maxey's Maxey. He's great. We're not worried about Maxey. Tyrese. Oh, man. I got to go get a massage. Work that out.
Yeah, listen, Birds this weekend, okay? I know everyone's talking about, Wentz is coming in and Wentz is, he's a head case and this and that. I don't think it's going to be one of those games. I think this is the get-right game for the Birds, and I think that it's not going to be predicated on what Carson Wentz does. It's going to be predicated on what we do. I think we are going to dominate that offensive line, which is terrible, by the way. I think we're going to sack Wentz like 6 or 7 times. And after this game, we go out and we go get ourselves an edge, and we go get ourselves a cornerback, and we start getting back to what we were doing before on defense. The offense, I'm still a little shaky about them, just because defensively, I think we have easy fixes on defense. Offensively is the thing that still worries me. And it kind of annoyed me watching that game last night with Rodgers and Flacco, because if they showed that stat of how quick Rodgers got that ball out, but then you see Flacco doing it on the other side. And I'm like, can you imagine the way that this offense would run if Hurts would stop holding the ball for 7 seconds every single snap?
Dude, you know what's funny? Like, if AJ and Devontae are watching the game last night together, right? Like, what's the conversation as they're watching Jamar Chase and Higgins get ball after ball?
And I mean, Chase had, what was it? He had 18 catches last night or something like that?
23 targets.
Oh my god!
And he was open every time.
Listen,
with the guy who's been there
and
10 days.
I forget the one where it was a route across the field. He almost looked like a wheel route for a second, but he was.
Well, the
so
beauty
open.
of that play was because Higgins took the safety. So if Higgins takes the safety with him and Chase beats his man across the field, he's wide open. It was a great design.
Then, if you remember, they designed another play where Chase had the corner and the safety bite for a second and made it look like he was going deep. And then Yoshivach ended up running straight down the field and caught that pass.
Yes.
And I'm like, where is the designing at on this team with the athletes that we have?
Yeah.
We have Devontae Smith. We have A.J. Brown, who are just as great a tandem at wide receiver. And the fact of the matter is, what scares me is if we go 2 to 3 more games like this, like we've been this season, these guys are going to start asking, like, what am I doing here? What is the point? Why am I here?
I know. It's my biggest worry, dude. I'm with you.
It's my biggest fear because
just get the freaking ball out. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
It's a rhythm. Boom, boom. Throw it. Throw it.
He takes a 5-step drop when he's actually under center. Which is another problem. When he's in shotgun, the ball snaps and he's standing there staring. 1, 2,
I know.
3, 1, 4. I'm like, dude, come on.
It's almost like an uncomfortable silence. Like you're like, all right, speak, please, say something. Throw the ball.
You can't just run scramble drills for 45-50% of the game.
And they stink at it. They can't run scramble drills. Guys don't come back. They don't understand
They
it.
can and they do run scramble drills. They just stink.
They are terrible at it. Yeah. I mean, so I think this game's going to be based off of Saquon Barkley's legs. I think they're going to run that ball 25, 30 times. I mean, he doesn't even have a 100-yard rushing game this year, does he?
No.
That ends this week.
So I think this is the game he gets it. Yeah, it'll be
Put it in the parlay, VJ, over 100.
All day. Yep.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So
Where do you
it'll
watch
be a
the
good
game
weekend.
now?
It'll be a good weekend.
What's Fit Dad's weekend like?
Oh God. Tomorrow I got kids sports pretty much all day. And Sunday I think I might have something in the morning, but yeah, I'll get some wings. And just watch the game. My son will pop in every once in a while, but he's watching the games more now that he's in high school playing football. So yeah.
Fidel, how do you take notes with those messy fingers with the wings? I mean, you got to have your pen and paper out, right? Taking notes.
Oh, dude, I listen. I use my phone. You know what I mean? I just use the one hand and I eat with the other.
All right.
2025 here, VJ. Using technology, big guy.
Come on, the Crypt Keeper. You expect the Crypt Keeper to know?
Yeah, I got no electricity in the crypt. Like candlelight.
Fit Dad, tomorrow, my little one's got 3 games tomorrow. He's got a baseball game at 8:30, a baseball game at noon, and a football game at 3:30. And I go, all right, Dad, like, what do you want to do? You want to go to 8:30 and then football? No, I want to play all 3.
Wow.
I went, all right. Well, I go, listen, Friday night, like tomorrow night, you better be in bed early.
Mm-hmm.
Early.
I mean, that's my son played baseball when he was 7, I think it was. That was his schedule. He had baseball, and then he would go right to football.
Yeah.
So thank goodness he plays football, basketball, and lacrosse now. But it's straight up football season right now. And I sent you one of the videos.
I reposted it. What a catch.
Right?
Oh, my God. He's got hands, dude.
Dude,
he went up and
I don't know.
You got mossed.
Wow. Listen, I sent that to Orlovsky, and I said, get this on the show this weekend. I said, get this.
Actually.
and he kind of was like, yeah, I got you.
Actually, I'm going to put it on the BG show.
Okay, cool.
All right, we'll get it on the BG show.
Yeah.
BG will talk about it. It's good.
Yeah, he'll be happy. He's a big BG fan. So
yeah, that's good. Fit Dad, we love you, buddy. There he is.
Have a good weekend. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, man.
Go Birds. All right. What do you got? You one that you were itching?
I forget. I forget.
What do you got? You at the parlay? You want to do the same game parlay?
Well over Saquon. I'm liking that. Over 100 yards. I'm in.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm all over that.
Under?
Under what?
No, under
42
the
and
points.
a half?
Yeah.
No.
They're not scoring. It's going to be an
I
under.
got my total's 44, so I'm going over.
You heard it.
Oh, well, you heard from what? Let's go to around the horn. Start with our man Andrew. Prediction.
Yeah, I said earlier in the week it's going to be 23-20. I think the Vikings are going to win.
23-20.
It keeps you under the total.
Minnesota.
That's an over. It's 42 and a half.
I thought it was. I thought you said it was 43 and a half.
42. Let me see.
It went down. It started at 44.
All right.
What do you got?
27-13 Birds.
Wow.
I like it.
27-13 Eagles.
That stays under though.
I hope so, dude. I got to get a win. I can't have Wentz win.
Oh.
I can't. I'm going. So what's your score?
27-17 Birds.
27-17. They're not scoring 27 points. Come on, fellas. What are you guys smoking? 27 points? How are they going to score 27 points?
Well, I got Saquon getting two.
They're
I
not.
got him getting busy.
Like a
They're
long
not going
touchdown?
to.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna break one.
2017 Birds.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You were all over that the Denver game until they scored. You had it like 17-16.
Yeah.
You were all over that.
Yeah. I see it. Like you know against certain defenses kind of what it's going to be like. And the problem with points in this game is going to be the Eagles are going to run it.
Minnesota averages give up close to 5 yards of rush.
Right, but if you're Flores, right?
If you're going to load the box.
You just go ahead.
Yeah.
It's one thing if they had the line last year and everybody's healthy, you could
I just like us
run
having extra
against
days off. I like that.
They had a full
I'm
bye.
saying for us. I'm saying just for us.
No, listen,
I'm not worried about that.
I hope you're right.
I'm saying our guys.
Yeah.
Extra couple days.
I hope you're right. Listen, good news is Quignon's playing.
That's huge.
Yep.
And Carter. We need
That's
Carter. Got to have Jalen be the beast.
Yeah, disrupt.
He's got to be the beast.
And we have like multiple fives, multiple threes, multiple sixes. They got to go get somebody.
Yes.
Howie's got to get busy. He's got to get cooking.
Yes, get cooking.
Get cooking.
All right, that's going to do it. I can't believe it's almost noon. I mean, I can still go. I'm feeling fired up, man.
3 hour
Let's
show.
talk Sixers.
I just need a bathroom
Let's
break.
go.
Do a bathroom
Where's
break. I'm good.
Sully?
Zully's about to start the Philly show. Yeah.
I saw him. The bro's really here?
He was.
Bro's right behind you. He's eating cookies or something.
Bro, there he is.
There you go. I knew it'd come up.
Where's Todd at?
Listen, bro. I told everyone when they win in November, I'll give you your credit. They haven't won in November in a long time.
All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody. We love you. Have a great weekend. Please, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Let's do it.
We all silly like the mayor.